And the dogs are barking. This is gonna be fun. All right. Okay. Yes, phone, I can hear you. I know you're alive. Let's see. Yes, phone, I can hear you. I know you're alive. Let's see. Yes, phone, I can hear you. Okay. Cool. I want to test something. You guys are gonna hear double audio for a bit. Yes, phone, I can hear you. Okay. Alright, you guys are gonna, like, might hear double audio. Let me test something. Hey guys! You guys ready for today? Sorry, I was just thinking about something. Alright, good to know, good to know. Alright, we're gonna have to go desktop audio. I don't know why it's not working. It's gonna be fun. Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to go desktop audio. I don't know why it's not working. It's gonna be fun. Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to go desktop audio. I don't know why it's not working. It's gonna be fun. Okay. That's updated. Alright, we're gonna have to go desktop audio. I don't know why it's not working. It's gonna be fun. Okay.
I'm gonna go inside.
That's
Wait for everybody else
updated.
to go in there.
If you hear me crunching a fry, I do apologize.
This is my Heidi corner where I don't get to shout to everybody. And then here's where you shout, and here's where you don't shout.
Yeah, if you kind of just.
So if we have to talk about anything, we have to come back here.
Whisper, yep, just like right here.
Here, or I also like this corner over here.
Hello.
This corner works because this microphone doesn't actually do anything.
Ah, okay.
It's the other one for the witness stand. I don't. Yeah.
All right, guys, this is gonna be interesting. I'm got way too much open too, which is fun. Making sure everything that needs to be closed is closed. We won't have any music with this because I'm trying to work on shit. All right, prosecution. Opening. Closing. No opening. Evidence stuff. Closing. Defense. Apparently I can't spell defense, guys. I would show you my notes, but I have way too many. So you're just gonna hear me typing. Opening. Evidence stuff. Closing.
Hello, Your Honor.
Now that I'm thinking about it, who is bringing Miss Maze?
Hopefully the PD? Because I sure as hell aren't doing it.
Just to verify something, because just thinking to myself, Miss May is probably gonna need to be at this trial. You guys, is she down in the cells already down there, or?
Confirm.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honors.
Just wanted to make sure about that, because I was just thinking to myself, where is the defendant?
Have our lawyers been able to talk to her as well? Or are they?
Yeah, has that been?
Do they
We
need to
are-
talk to her?
We are unaware of the communication between her and her lawyer.
Let me.
Has she asked to speak to her lawyers prior to this?
Not to my knowledge.
No, ma'am.
All right.
Give me one moment. Oh, they are
There
here.
they are. You can follow me.
Thank you.
That being said, we are due to start in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd love it for it to be on time.
If it's.
However,
Yeah.
they're just now going down there.
Yeah, we might need to give them like 5-ish minutes.
I can give them 5 minutes. I'm also setting up some notes anyway.
Yeah,
So.
it should be fine.
I kind of just am scrambling because I've been procrastinating.
Oh my God, Chief Justice. No, I'm kidding.
Look. You've got it covered, right? And that's what I'm recording for. So my experience of the previous court cases I've done have sometimes I struggle to keep up with my notes because people talk fast and I can only type as fast as I can on that computer. And so the recording is my backup.
I'm praying I don't punch somebody accidentally, because let's just say in my brain I am staring at 2 monitors, an iPad, and 2 keyboards.
Oh, more often than not, I don't have to say anything and I'm just listening. So I don't tend to have to talk. Because if I do have to talk, it takes me a second to get back to grab the microphone.
Praying I don't punch. If I punch you, I do apologize. We'll just, you know.
Well, I don't have any bandages, and I hopefully grabbed enough food.
Maybe the officers will be happy to give us
Yeah,
a
that's
food
fair.
if we need one. I have like
Yeah.
10 sandwiches and 10 waters if you need me.
Oh, okay. I have 7 sandwiches and some waters. Should be enough.
Living off the vending machines here, yep.
I mean, I kind of sleep here sometimes. In fact, in case I don't know if you saw me crawl out earlier, but you were in where I was sleeping.
Oh,
was
that
where you
was
were.
I was in my head, and all of a sudden I heard some unlocking.
Oh yes, I was just like, I'm not awake yet, so I walked out into a different room.
Nah, it's all good. No, maybe. Okay, they actually are. Wow, that's surprising.
I assume she'll be brought up at this time. Your Honors.
Yeah,
Yeah, she needs to be here, doesn't she?
she is. The
Yeah, I'm just
defendant.
figuring out it's an hour in a little bit.
Nope,
Thank you.
Definitely not.
In there.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, we're just ready.
severely anxious. This is where I get really anxious, and then I forget about it as soon as I start taking notes. Anyway, the nerves just never really go away. Okay.
All good. All right. Thank you.
All right. Defense, do you have everybody present that you need present?
Yes, we do.
All right. And then prosecution, do you have everybody present?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Miss Space can be uncuffed as long as she's not doing anything.
I don't do anything.
All right. You will lose that privilege if you do attempt to run out of this room or do anything of the sorts. All right. Well, we'll call the court into session. All right. Apologies. I just need to pull up on my tablet. All right. We're here today for the People versus Maggie Mays. Maggie Mays is being accused of one-time serial attempts and killings, one-time first-degree murder, and one-time assault and battery. Miss Mays, I'm going to go through one by the charges. You're going to plead guilty, no contest. So for the charge of assault and battery, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
All right. And first-degree murder?
Not guilty.
And then serial attempts and killings?
Not guilty.
All right. So Miss Mays is going to plead not guilty to all charges. Great. All right. Prosecution, are you ready for your opening?
Pre-trial motions.
Pre-trial motions. Any pre-trial motions?
Yeah.
Yes, I do have one small one.
All right.
Not really sure if this is a motion or not, just making it known to the courts that Don Allegro and Don Smith are the same person. Don Smith is referenced a couple of times in different reports, but Don Smith and Don Allegro are the same person, and Don Smith is to be considered as Don Allegro.
All right. That's submitted for the court.
The defense also have a motion.
All right. Prosecution, do you have any other motions?
No, Your Honors.
All right. Defense.
The defense would like to submit a motion to dismiss evidence Peoples N. The defense finds it very questionable that the prosecution would interrogate our client while they're on a 5150 hold before they could have had a psych eval. Maggie Mays was sent up on a 72-hour 5150 hold on the 17th of March and was interrogated on the 18th of March and had their psych evaluation on the 19th of March. The defense hopes that this evidence gets dismissed, and if not treated accordingly, that the interrogation was done in bad faith, as our client hadn't had their psych eval.
May I rebuttal, Your Honor?
Yeah, you may.
That hold was not a 5150, but instead a hold pending a psych evaluation, very similar to an investigative hold. Additionally, the interrogation was done after the psych eval was conducted, and the findings of that eval was that she was of sound mind.
Real quick, for clarification, this is the first psych eval Peoples are correct that you guys are referencing?
No, it was the second one, I believe.
No,
It
it's
was
the
the
first.
first,
It's the first one.
Okay.
Maggie Mays interrogation 1.
No, yes, interrogation 1, but psych evaluation Peoples are.
It should be
the-
interrogation 2.
Oh, interrogation 2.
Yes, Your Honors.
Interrogation 2 is in reference.
So you are looking, sorry, so just so we're clarifying, it is interrogation 2, which is, and the reference is also the psych eval is people are.
People's Eye, yeah, correct.
Okay, give me one moment.
Yeah, let me read. Just look over this too. All right, what are we looking at? Interrogation 1, interrogation 2, 18th of March. This is solo cadet. Before I ask you any questions, right? Yada yada yada. Holy freaking crap! Of course, this is a long one. You guys kill us all the time. Thank you. 319. This information followed is the evaluation of what Dr. has received. Maggie seems to have a deep hatred for anyone who, as based on how she discussed it, she was possibly put in the system at a very young age. Okay. Mm.
All right. Now let's, if you're good, since you've looked at it.
Yeah.
So okay, so I'm getting conflicting information, and my only resolution is to ask there is no timestamps on these.
The interrogation said it happened on the 18th, which from what I read in the transcript, the evaluation.
Psych eval also is on the 18th.
I'm reading it as happening on the 19th according to the actual
Oh,
psych
you're right.
evaluation. So they
that
are
is right,
correct
actually.
on that. The defense is correct on that. Whereas the prosecution is saying the opposite, whereas the evidence doesn't show that.
Okay, yeah, that is, you're right. I
And
completely
if we're basing it off of
misread
I
that.
remember that 5150 hold request because it was put in by Casanova, if I'm not mistaken, and it was considered a 50. She did ask it as a 5150. So hold. It's in our communications. It's not in evidence, but it's in our communications. So I do remember that being a 5150 hold, though, a request. But yeah. So they did interrogate her before psych eval was conducted, which is yeah. All right.
Okay. Hold up. Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I'm inclined to strike it because interrogating someone before a psych eval can occur on a 5150 hold. If it was a normal.
Yeah, let me
hold,
find the.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me look at the communication just again. You remember we talked about that one?
Yeah, it was one that we didn't approve, but they got it approved by Franny May, Dr. Franny Mays.
Yeah, I am just double checking the communication that we so she's gone to 72 hours at Bolingbrook under medical hold as she cannot be held at Parsons. Got approval from Dr. Franny May. The photo for approval for 5150 of inmate to be held at Bolingbrook for a minimum of 72 hours pending psych involvement. Yeah,
So
they are right.
So that would be be striked then at this point. Yeah. All right. All right. So that's, and I'm assuming that would also include then
the transcript as well. They're
transcript
kind
and
of one and the same. I know they didn't mention it, but they are the same, one and the same.
Ready?
Yeah. Do you want to speak to it?
Yeah, I
Or
can.
do you want me to?
I can.
All right. Go ahead.
Alrighty. So. Apologies, had to pull up this. So looking from hearing both of your arguments and looking over the evidence, we are going to go ahead and approve that motion to strike the interrogation to People's N. This would include the transcript as well, People's O, as they are one and the same essentially. Our reasoning being the dates do line up with what they said. According to the evidence on file, the 18th was the interrogation. The psych eval report is stated as the 19th of when it happened. We did confirm that this was a 5150 approved by Dr. Franny Mae Spencer in the government communications, as that is who it was asked by former Assistant Chief Amelia Casanova, and she did get approval from Dr. Franny Mae Spencer as a 5150 hold specifically. There is photographic evidence of that. So it is going to be struck, those two pieces of evidence will be stricken from the record at this time.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Are there any other pretrial motions from defense or prosecution?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Well then.
All right. Then we will go ahead and get started with opening statements. The prosecution, you will be first.
Your Honors, people of the court, today we are here because of the egregious action of Maggie Mays. Maggie Mays came to the city with the intent to terrorize and murder Beckett Thatcher. When Beckett Thatcher lived and Maggie Mays was apprehended and charged for her actions, Mays began to harass several people and vandalize several government buildings like Mission Row Police Department and Ocean View Medical. She also continued to taunt Thatcher and police that she was free and that she would attempt to hurt and kill more people. She would go on to set up a fake 911 call to lure out EMS and PD, where she kidnapped and stabbed the Chief of Police, Mateo Gonzalez. She would continue to taunt officers and gradually become agitated, causing her to attack Ron Goodman and a customer at Pop's Diner, where she was injured as she attempted to do so, and her victims were able to escape. After her attempt to murder someone yet again failed, she later went back to Pop's Diner and murdered Ron Goodman. After this, she would once again taunt officers, leaving them hints to her location until she was eventually found. When officers attempted to apprehend her, she would stab Noel Allegro, the primary investigator, and be shot down by police. Today, the prosecution is going to prove through evidence that Maggie Mays was the perpetrator in all of these events, which ended with 3 people injured and 1 dead. Thank you, Your Honors.
All right. Thank you.
Apologies for the dog barking.
All right. Defense, your opening statement.
I'm so sorry, I'm eating a fry too.
To the courts and the state. Before us today, we find someone on trial for the alleged first-degree murder of Ron Goodman. Maggie Mays has been failed by the system multiple times in her life. Now the police department are using all their force to fail Maggie Mays once more. Pushing life in jail fails Maggie Mays and fails justice in this state. In the next hours, we will establish a clear and concise timeline of the events that happened on March 29th. The serial attempts and killings rely on the poorly pushed first-degree murder charge, where the law enforcement officers would prefer to be therapists rather than enforce justice. We will prove the lack of evidence that the LSPD have to push first degree and confine a citizen failed by this and other states to life in prison. Thank you, Your Honours.
Okay. Damn, short and sweet. Okay, I like these guys. Alrighty. Thank you, defense. If we're all good, then we can move on to any witness testimony or witness questioning. If the prosecution would like to call their first witness, they're welcome to.
The prosecution is calling Don Allegro as their first witness.
Alrighty. Officer Don Allegro, could you please step up to the stand over here to my right? And we don't have any clerks today, so could we have one of the officers not involved in the case?
We're offering up Sergeant Ranger Lockhart.
Okay.
Yeah, she's done it for me before.
Alrighty. You know what to do, Sergeant.
You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Uh,
raise your hand. Right above your head. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under the pains and penalties of perjury, up to and including to death? That will help you.
Thank you.
Ugh, God.
Yes.
She's sworn in.
Thank you. Alright, prosecution, you can start at this time.
Can you please state your name, badge number, and rank for the courts?
My name is Donna Allegro. My call sign is 632, and I am a solo cadet with the LSPD.
Were you on duty March 16th?
Yes, I was.
Did you respond to a call where Beckett Thatcher was kidnapped and stabbed?
Yes, I did.
What is Beckett Thatcher and Maggie May's relation to each other?
As far as I know, they are foster siblings or siblings.
Was any DNA found on the scene where Beckett Thatcher was found?
Yes, there was.
Whose DNA?
Beckett Thatcher's and Maggie May's.
In what forms?
Beckett Thatcher's blood and a hair strand coming back to Maggie May's.
Was Beckett Thatcher's blood found on Maggie May's at the time of her arrest?
Yes, it was.
Were any fingerprints found in the vehicle Maggie May's was driving?
Yes.
Did Maggie, correction. Whose fingerprints?
Maggie May's and Beckett Thatcher's.
Did Maggie May's plead guilty to attempted murder for this incident?
Yes, she did.
Were you on duty March 19th?
I was, yes.
Did an anonymous 911 come in stating someone was injured on Catfish View?
Yes.
At the time, were you on the PD and EMS radio channel?
I was, yes.
Was anything called out over radio?
It was called out that Chief Mateo Gonzalez was going to go to Catfish to check the area to make sure this was not an ambush for EMS.
Did Mateo Gonzalez's panic button go off?
Yes, it did.
Where did it go off at?
On Catfish.
Did it go off at the location of the 911?
Yes, it did.
Did you respond to the officer or to the panic button?
Yes, I did.
Responded.
While responding, did Mateo Gonzalez's officer down button go off?
Yes.
Was Mateo Gonzalez's location the same where his panic button went off?
No.
Where was he?
He was at the hippie camp by Sandy Shores.
Was anything called out over the radio?
It was something along the lines of that it was a black Futo, from what I can recall, that fled the scene.
Who called this out?
EMS. I'm blanking on his name, Daniel, and at the time, Alexis Sinclair Reed.
Apparently can't spell
Where was EMS stationed?
They were in a helicopter above.
Above what?
The hippie camp and the original call.
When you got there, was anyone on scene?
There was Mateo Gonzalez and E EMS.
Was Mateo Gonzalez injured?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
What were his injuries?
Gonzalez was
A stab wound.
with stab wound.
Did you document the scene?
Woot.
Yes.
Documented.
Was there any DNA on scene?
DNA
There was.
on scene.
Whose DNA?
Mateo Gonzalez's blood and a hair strand coming back to Maggie Mays.
Tail, blood, and May's hair.
Did you document the scene, the original scene of the 911?
Yes, I did.
Of 911.
What did you find there?
Documented by Dawn,
Mateo
found,
Gonzalez's cruiser on the side of the road.
Gonzalez cruiser.
Was there any signs or evidence of an injured person there?
There was not, no.
Person. No, I need people to stop walking around.
Did you respond to a 911 call at Pop's Diner later that day?
Yes, I did.
Who was the 911 call from?
The diner owner, Ron Goodman.
What was the 911 call about?
Something along the lines of a woman entered Pop's Diner and proceeded to start trashing the place. Then started to attack Ron Goodman and
Trashing the place and attacking people.
that's all I can recall at the moment. And he fought back.
How many people did the 911 state there were?
There was the aggressor, Ron Goodman, and a customer.
How many assailants?
One.
How many people did the 911 state was injured?
Ron Goodman and the attacker.
So 2 people?
Yes.
When you got to Pop's Diner, did it look like a fight had occurred?
Yes.
Was there blood on scene?
Yes, there was.
When the blood was ran, who did it come back to?
Came back to Maggie Mays and Ron Goodman.
My dogs won't stop barking. Anything else?
Where did the blood belonging to Maggie Mays lead?
As from what I can recall, it was behind the front desk and it led, I'm pretty sure, to the front of the diner. Out front of the diner.
So did it lead outside?
Yes, it did.
And you almost forget to eat as a judge.
Did the blood trail look like it stopped suddenly at all?
Yes, it did.
What does that indicate to you?
Bork. Bork.
That she got into a vehicle.
I'm gonna object to the line of questioning as our client has already pled guilty to the assault and battery on that date.
She pled not guilty.
She pled guilty.
Which report specifically is this in reference to this line of questioning?
No,
reference to?
when we, right before we started, she pled guilty to assault and battery, not guilty to serial assaults and killings and first-degree murder.
She
I
pled-
heard not guilty
I
to
heard
all
not
charges.
guilty to all charges.
Did we mishear? Oh god.
I also
No,
heard not
if
guilty.
you misheard, we all misheard, Your Honors.
I mean, I did also hear not guilty.
Ms. Mays, can you confirm just for us real quick? Were you pleading guilty or not guilty to the assault and battery?
I put not guilty.
I believe she said not guilty. It's a bit hard to hear if you're not shouting. I don't know if you are or not, but please do.
I said
I'm-
not guilty.
Yeah, not guilty. All right. So that objection's
Oh,
overruled.
well, yeah, just continue. I'm sorry.
Alrighty.
I-
Was Maggie Mays found on scene?
No, she was not.
Did Maggie Mays ever call 911 stating she was injured?
No.
Did Maggie Mays ever call 911 stating there was a fight at Pop's Diner?
No.
Who did the 911 state was injured?
From what I can recall, the diner owner and the attacker.
To your knowledge, did Maggie Mays ever go to the hospital for her injuries?
Not that I know of.
Hmm.
Were you on duty March 29th?
Yes, I was.
Did a 911 come in about Pop's Diner?
Yes.
At what time?
I cannot recall the exact time, but it was roughly around 11 p.m. EST.
What was the 911 call about?
It stated that a person was going to Pop's Diner. The place was all smashed up. There were bloody boot prints everywhere, and there might be a body.
Did you respond to this call?
Yes, I did.
What did you see when you got there?
The outside of the diner, the front windows were smashed. When I walked in, the tables were all dented and everything was thrown around. There was a lot of blood. There was a body behind the front desk. His head was dented. There was a stab wound to the chest. and the neck had a wrench clamped around it.
Excuse my crunching.
Did the damages to the diner appear to be the same from when you responded on the 19th?
There were more damages.
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
Don
Please-
Allegro was.
Sorry,
Yes, Your
what was-
Honor.
Sorry, I just need to hear what was your answer or what was the question was, did the damages of the diner appear to be the same as the incident on March 19th?
Yes, that was the question.
Okay. And the objections to the question is speculation. Go on.
I just kind of go with why speculation. Defense.
I'll withdraw that, Your Honor.
All right. Continue. Yeah, you can answer the question, Officer Allegro.
There appeared to be more damages than before.
Were these damages were they the same as before?
No, there were more.
Did it look like a fight took place?
Yes.
Was there anyone on scene?
No.
Was the deceased identified?
Yes, he was.
Who was it?
The diner owner, Ron Goodman.
Did he have a pulse?
No, he did
There's
not.
so much repetitive, which is fine. Which is fine. I get.
What were his injuries?
His head was dented in. There was a stab wound to the chest. And there was a wrench clamped around his throat.
Was there blood on scene?
Yes.
How fresh?
It was really fresh.
When the blood was ran, who did it come back to?
Came back to the diner owner, Ron Goodman, and Maggie Mays.
Where was the blood belonging to Ron Goodman?
It was behind the front desk.
Where was the blood belonging to Maggie Mays?
Also behind the front desk. It also led out back.
I apologize if you couldn't hear me crunching. I haven't eaten, guys.
When it led out back, did it look like it stopped suddenly?
Yes.
Did Maggie Mays post on Birdie at all?
Yes, she did.
What did she post?
Something along the lines of anyone want to buy the diner by Polito? It was freshly removed of the owner.
How long after the 911 did she post that?
I cannot give a specific time, but it was not long at all.
Objection, speculation.
Your Honor, I believe the the witness has already answered the question, so the objection is mute.
The objection is noted. The question in itself is not a speculatory question. The response is is speculatory, as in she did not give a affirmative answer, and that has been noted for the courts. You can continue.
Also, just kind of with objections for keeping in mind, you guys are pretty good with your objections, but just, yeah, if you guys want to take like a second before you officially respond in case of objections to the question, that way, you know, there's no trip ups or anything like that. That is something you guys can do. Just in case, just keep that in mind. Thank you.
Affirm.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh.
Did it look like anyone was nearby the scene?
No.
Was anyone outside of PD made aware about the incident?
Other than doctors and EMS, no.
Were doctors called to transport the body?
Yes, they were.
Did they pronounce Ron Goodman as deceased?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Where was the body transported to?
The morgue.
Did you respond to Beckett Thatcher's house at all that day?
Yes, I did.
How come?
There was a birdie post from Maggie with a picture of Beckett Thatcher's farmhouse.
Was there any security footage?
Yes, there was.
What did the security footage show?
It showed Maggie Mays walking to the side of the house and leaving a note.
What did the note say?
Something along the lines of another life lost because of you, Beckett.
Was there any blood on the note?
Yes, there was.
Who did the blood come back to?
Ron Goodman.
Was PD searching for Maggie Mays?
Yes.
Was PD able to find Maggie Mays?
Yes, we were.
Where was she found?
I found her exiting the red garage.
Did it look like she was waiting there at all?
Not that I can recall.
Did officers pursue?
Excuse me as I crack
Yes.
open water.
Can you describe the chase?
It was very reckless. Driving on sidewalks, swerving in and out of traffic, hitting locals.
At any point, did the vehicle flip?
Yes, it did.
Where at?
Guys, I can't spell vehicle. It's fine.
Turning onto Glory Way.
And Glory Way. Okay. You've got to see my notes. They are so bad.
Did she get out of the vehicle?
Maze
Yes, she did.
did exit the vehicle after.
Did she start fleeing on foot from officers?
Yes.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Did officers get out and pursue on foot?
Yes.
Was she told to put her hands up and stop resisting?
Yes, she was.
What did she do instead?
Apologies. She kept resisting, and she drew a knife.
Did she attempt to stab anyone with the knife?
Yes, she stabbed Noel Allegro.
Was she shot down by officers?
Yes, she was.
Did she receive medical treatment?
Yes, she did.
When searched, what was on her person?
There were 2 knives on her person.
Did the knives have any blood on them?
Yes, they did.
Who did the blood come back to?
Came back to Ron Goodman and Noel Allegro.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right. Give me just a moment before we will let the defense ask their questions.
Affirm, would you like me to stay here or return to prosecution?
You can return. I just need to fix some stuff.
Let's see. Okay, reviewing this. There's no consistency in the attempts on people's life. Like right now we have Beckett, Mateo, Ron Goodman, and Noel. So we have technically 4 people. But there's no consistency on any of this. Like on any of this. I need the penal code. Where's my penal code? I want my penal code. Where's my drive? Google Drive. I want to look at something. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, serial attempts and killing.
All right. I am good if
Yep.
Justice Hart, you're good.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Oh.
All right. Defense.
Officer Allegro, you mentioned that there were 2 samples of blood in Pop's Diner when Mr. Goodman passed away.
Yes, there was.
Did you establish how Miss May's blood did happen to be there?
I cannot recall at this time.
And on incident number 601, I think, when the car flipped and they ordered Miss Mays to put her hands up, were there any shots fired before she stabbed somebody?
No, there is not.
Don't testify. Don't testify.
Your Honor, I point to Noel Allegro's statement for that incident.
You can't testify, but if they object, they object. We'll see.
Objection. Counsel is testifying.
Yeah, that will have to wait until you can point out evidence. Attorney Rothbottom, I would you have something that is in terms of testifying in relation to evidence, keep just keep that to when evidence is pointed out towards after witness question.
Okay. That's all the questions, Your Honor.
statement from.
Just being sure that the co-counsel doesn't have any questions as well,
Yes.
because he looked like he was stepping up. Oh, okay.
On March 19th, the 911 call that came in from the owner of Pop Steiner, did they ever describe the attacker?
This is just for assault and battery.
Not that I can recall.
Was any questioning done whatsoever? Because that's what I'd like to know. I'd like to know. Yeah. Yeah, Hart. Mm-hmm. I also hate the fact that Ashley is standing at the very top up there. I don't like people.
Maggie May's blood on the March 19th. Where was it?
On the fight at the diner?
Yes.
Blood on scene.
It was behind the front desk.
Where was it? At the.
On March 19th, the 911 caller says that he was trying
You
to
can't testify.
get customers to safety. Could it be a possibility that Maggie Mace was a customer at the time?
Well, we'll see if anybody objects to that, because I would. Sorry, Fossil. Could Maze have been the customer?
I doubt, but it could be a possibility.
Doubt, but a possibility. Alright. Fossil, you're great, but also I would object to the hell out of that.
Would you say that an attacker coming in the front door would be in closest vicinity to a customer?
I'm gonna need 1 second to handle something spiritually. Can you? I am very sorry.
You're all.
We can take a 2-minute, 3-minute recess.
No, I.
Oh.
Are you good
Can
now?
we also have
Yes.
counsel repeat the question?
Yes, please. I'm good now.
Ah, yes. Would a customer be the closest vicinity of an attacker coming in the front door of Pop Steiner?
Objection, speculation. There is no way to know where anyone was at the time of the attack at the diner, as none of us were there, and he's asking her to make a guess of where someone was.
Rebuttal, I'm gonna assume a customer is inside the store either
assume.
eating
That's
or
speculation.
it isn't really speculation.
It is, unfortunately.
I mean, my final rebuttal is he said keyword assume.
You want to take it? Do you want me to? Or do you want to?
Yeah, I am gonna go ahead and sustain that objection. It is fairly speculatory as to what was happening. She was not a witness to that incident. So you're going to need to either
yes.
move on or rephrase the question.
Yes, I will move on.
I'm sorry, Fossil. It had to be done. It had to be done. So, everyone's doing great. I can tell everyone's nervous, but they're doing great. This is the quietest court room we've had in a bit. Alright. Come on, Fossil. You got it. You got it. You got it. Ask your next question. Ask your next question, Fossil. You got it. gonna take a bite of my rabbit.
To your knowledge, do you know if Maggie Mays and Rob Goodman had a relationship before this incident?
It's not really speculation. That would be an investigation. Relationship
Not sure.
between Mays and Goodman before incident. Not sure. Cool, thank you. Somebody needs to question why no one was questioned. This is, if I were an attorney, I would ask, why was no one questioned for the incident report regarding the attack?
To your knowledge, how many days was there between the first fight at Pop's Diner and the murder at Pop's Diner?
Between first fight and murder
10.
at Pop's Diner. 10 days.
Sorry, did you say 10?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And we're both writing notes down. It's funny. We need it. We need it! Yeah, it's been 1 hour since I started streaming, which means it's been 53 minutes since the case started. I'm gonna look at something real quick while they're taking their time. Penal code, don't fail me now. Where are you? I wanted to look at something.
You have dealt with Maggie Mays, correct? So, in your opinion, do you think Maggie Mays would have the patience to wait 10 days? To do
That's
something.
in speculation. Dawn Allegro does not know Maggie Mays, nor would she be able to guess what her personality or what her
It's not really speculation.
opinions, things like that are.
The question was compound. Yeah,
All right, I'll move on.
Or if you can rephrase it.
Yeah, Chief Gonzalez is correct. The question is a compound question. There was 2 questions asked in there, and it does kind of it does matter a little bit in relation to the objection.
I'm going to refer to my co-counsel, but I have no other questions.
All right, I'll give you a minute.
That'll be up for us, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So, prosecution, you'll have last chance to redirect any line of questioning.
Yes, Your Honor. How many people did Ron Good? I'm going to restart the question.
Redirect.
Referencing the attack at Pop's Diner, how many people did Ron Goodman state in his 911 were in the diner?
Three.
How many customers were there?
This has been asked and answered. Really does not need to be
1.
repeated. They're barking again. The dogs are barking again.
How many people did the 911 state was injured?
Ron Goodman and the attacker.
Did the 911 state that a customer was injured?
No, it did not.
How many sets of blood did you find on scene?
2.
Who did the blood come back to?
Ron Goodman and Maggie Mays.
Referencing the murder of Ron Goodman, how many sets of blood was found on scene?
Objection asked and answered.
Please hold. Yeah, go ahead. You can rebuttal.
What I was asking prior was for the attack that occurred at Pop's Diner. I am now referencing the murder that took place at Pop's Diner.
I asked it. I asked how many
Please
blood
hold.
samples.
Okay, please hold. Let me look at something.
Defense has already asked the question.
I don't mind moving on.
I think this might have been asked there before during the initial line of questioning.
Yeah, we can move on. Asked and answered is correct.
Yeah.
Who did the blood come back to?
This is literally all been asked and answered.
Objection asked and answered?
Yeah, that'll be this also asked and answered.
Yeah, anything that you
Alrighty.
in your original line of questioning before the redirect, probably just that
Yes,
will
Your
still
Honor.
be in our notes. So just keep that in mind. You don't need to repeat ask those questions. We'll be reviewing it all, just so you're aware.
Then no further questions.
All right. Thank you, officer. You can step down at this time, Officer Allegro.
Yes, go ahead.
Y-
You like to
The
call your
prosecution
witnesses?
will be calling Chief of Police Mateo Gonzalez to the stand.
Okay. Gonzalez, give me your what you want to be asked. Okay, we got prosecution. Boom. All right. I believe the officer who's flying. I think I see.
I do see a
Micah, is that you in the back?
clerk in the peanut gallery.
Micah, if that's you in the back, you can come up and swear Chief Gonzalez in. You can also be up here if you want to.
Yeah, you can stand. You can sit over there.
Yeah.
You get the front row seat, or I guess in the petty box if you'd like.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I'm so
You're
incredibly
good.
sorry.
You are good.
I have band-aids on my person. If I can.
You know what? It was bound to happen at some point during this trial. I was waiting for it.
Nice.
I'd prefer it be me rather than one of the judges.
Me too.
You know,
personally.
yeah. You know, I've punished a couple people at my time in this city hall. It happens. Unfortunately, it's something about the air here. You know, you just kind of sneeze and it happens.
Can almost say the room is cursed.
Huh? All right. All right. Micah, you are.
If you want to go ahead, be up just over on the other
Yeah.
side.
We're not been trained on this. I super don't know what to say.
Here, wait, hold on, come here. Just get rid of the line.
Just give us one.
go.
second.
Ask him, have him raise his hand, and then you're.
How did you
Apologies,
get?
Your Honor.
How did I get?
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, and then pick a god.
Well, that was.
That's really all you need.
It's my fault, Your Honor.
can add
My
anything.
muscles are all mixed up.
Some people like to add some more things. Some people like to add. Yeah, that's just the basics. That's all you have to
How the fuck did that get there?
have anything else to add? I just said she has to say that. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, and then pick a god.
Yeah, that's good. That's
You
what
don't
she
have to
said.
add
Yeah,
anything
that's
else.
what I'll say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
Alright.
longer version, but you don't have to use it.
Great. I'll do it.
There you go,
Okay,
thank you.
okay.
Alrighty.
Chief Gonzalez, if you could raise your hand, please.
I'm surprised
Do you
he
swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you Tuck?
Aww.
I do.
Thank you.
Alright, prosecution, you can at this time go ahead and start your questioning.
Please state your name, badge number, and rank.
I am Chief of Police Mateo Gonzalez, badge number 218.
Were you on duty March 19th?
Yes.
Did an anonymous 911 come in stating someone was injured on Catfish View?
Yes, I did.
Did you respond to this 911?
I did, cutting off EMS from going there themselves.
Can you elaborate on why?
There's been, at the time, there was a rise in violence in the city, and EMS is the most vulnerable of our government employees next to our judges and lawyers. And I did not want to see them go up there by themselves without me clearing the scene.
What did you see when you got there?
Upon arrival, I saw a vehicle up against a pole, kind of set up to look like it was a car accident. Nobody inside of the vehicle.
Can you recall the color and model of the vehicle?
Ooh, my carpal tunnel, guys. Carpal tunnel.
I'd like to say it was a black or gray. Model of the vehicle is slipping me right now.
Objection, speculation.
Okay, so I just want to clarify real quickly. The question itself was not speculatory, as he is a direct witness to the vehicle that was on scene.
Yes, Your Honor.
His answer is being that he doesn't recall exactly, is taken into account and noted for the court.
Okay.
So
Thank
the
you, Your Honor.
objection, yeah, the objection itself, it is not a speculatory. That will be overruled.
I'll withdraw
But-
that. Yeah.
But just to clarify for you, you may continue.
Was anyone on scene when you arrived?
Initially, no one was on scene that I could see.
Did you have your weapon out?
I did, because I was suspicious.
Did you clear the scene?
I cleared the scene, and I also cleared the vehicle to the best of my ability on my own.
Did you feel as though the scene was clear?
I did feel that, yes. So I lowered my weapon.
So you put your weapon away?
Yes.
What happened after you put your weapon away?
After my weapon was away, I was immediately ambushed from behind with a knife to my back.
What did this individual look like?
I could not see them as they were behind me. I did get at them once they told me to get into the passenger seat of the vehicle.
What vehicle did they tell you to get into?
A vehicle that was set up on scene as an accident.
Where did the individual then go?
We took a ride to Sandy Shores by that alien hippie camp area.
So did they get into the driver's seat of the vehicle?
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember if I drove or they drove. This incident was so long ago.
There weren't too much.
Did they get into the vehicle with you?
They did, yes.
Did they force you to drive elsewhere? Or did whether they forced you or they drove it? Did you guys go somewhere else of your own on no free will, essentially?
No, it was only one location.
Did you talk to this individual at all?
Yes, we had a conversation in the vehicle.
What did they say?
They asked about about the flowers, referring to other members of the police department. I asked them I got confirmation that they were Maggie Mays, and they said something along the lines of, "I'm getting famous," or "Am I getting famous?"
So, did she say she was Maggie Mays?
Affirmative.
What did she look like?
She was wearing a hoodie at the time, and I believe purple hair, and I couldn't really see it due to the hoodie, but it was short.
How short?
It was kind of.
Does not matter.
I can't really describe
There's
it.
no relevance.
Short enough. I mean, I could see her ears, so her hair is definitely longer now than it was before.
Relevance. Dun, dun, dun. They're doing. Everyone's doing a
What
great job. I'm
did
just
she
pointing
do
out
once you
differences.
guys arrived at the alien hippie camp in Sandy Shores?
Well, I tried to buy a little time. Had a conversation, but we may need to stop because I believe Maggie Mays has disappeared.
Yeah, at the start of that,
Oh,
at
no.
the start of your answer, I thought I blinked it. Lost her.
Maybe take a small recess until she decides to take
Sounds-
off her cloak of invisibility.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Okay. Why don't we just take like. We'll just say 5 minutes, but it's, gonna be obviously until the defendant is,
Yeah, and also the witness can't really go talk to their co-counsel because they're
Yeah.
on the witness stand.
Please,
So
yeah, just, yeah.
I'm gonna.
That's all
I'm gonna
good.
go chase.
You
I'm
have
gonna
to
go
stay
chase
here.
waterfalls.
Oh, okay.
Oops, I
Am
misplaced
able-
my clipboard. Oh, there it is. I just found it.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a short recess.
Am I able to step outside for like 1 minute?
Yes, as long as you're back in like
Let's just claim
2 minutes.
Yeah, let's
2
just-
minutes.
Yes,
2
ma'am.
minutes. That's all
Yes,
you all
ma'am.
got.
I was gonna say, let's
If you're
just say
not all
5
back in
minutes.
2 minutes, I will continue without you.
And I'm gonna.
Unless the defendant isn't here.
Yeah.
If the defendant isn't here, I won't continue, but I'll be upset. Okay. These questionings are very long, but I understand why, because they're going through so many incidences.
I will say the amount of times I was saying objection in my head.
Oh, I was objecting in my head too. I was objecting to asked and answered like 5 times before they finally did it. I was so happy. I was like, I have these already in my notes. I know I do.
That's kind of why I mentioned. I was like, hey, just keep that in mind.
Yeah, it was a good note. And then the same objection of the speculation came up twice. I tried to clarify it a little bit again.
Yeah.
Because you're objecting. You have to remember you're objecting. They're objecting to the question, not the. They could technically object to the answer in certain cases, but a speculation objection is targeted at the question itself. The question is asking them to speculate.
I was screaming and I was singing in my head about a relevance objection a minute ago, and I was just like,
Oh yeah, you mean
Which-
with the car?
No, about
That was-
her hair length.
Oh yeah, that also. I'm there are a couple of like little details that
Which is funny because in my head I'm just like singing stuff. I'm just like,
they're things that are minor that don't really matter. Like at the end of the day, like if depending, like some of them they're not really that big.
can
they're
for
not gonna
one day
matter
I
too
go back to
much.
being an attorney so I can just objection.
No.
What? No.
But I mean, overall, like they're doing bad. They're
No, yeah,
doing
I
just
think it's
fine.
good,
Quite
yeah.
honestly,
Oh, yeah,
it's been good. Honestly, it's been pretty even on both sides too. As far as questioning.
Oh, he's back in
Yeah.
Jason Waterfalls. Now we just gotta wait on one more person.
I told her 2 minutes. It's been 2 minutes.
Oh well, actually. I mean, we could move forward, but if we're saying the quote-unquote 5-minute recess, there's technically still 3 minutes left. So
I said 2 minutes.
I know. Alrighty. Well, we'll just. We can.
Officer. Yeah, see, Officer Don Allegra is not part of the council, so I'm happy to
Uh,
proceed.
Yeah.
She can get back here when she gets back here.
Oh,
As she runs inside.
Did
Did you see my sign?
Apologies.
hi, Tag.
All right.
Thanks for following.
Let's go ahead and continue.
You were sworn in on by Micah.
Let's go ahead and start by repeating the last question
But you
for
should
Chief
know.
Gonzalez.
Beaumont said, "Poor taste in gods." I was shocked.
Yes, Your Honor.
I
When
said
you-
no.
What did she do once you guys arrived at the alien hippie camp?
After we arrived, I tried to buy some time to no avail as I was stabbed.
Were you incapacitated?
At camp. Wait, what?
I was not. I stayed conscious enough to try and relay any information to anyone who showed up, but then I fell unconscious for I don't know how long afterwards.
Do you remember anything else before you were incapacitated?
Unconscious, guys.
I remembered the vehicle and hitting my emergency button.
No further questions, Your Honor.
It's good. It's long. Alright, then at this time, if defense wants to step forward and begin their line of questioning, they can. Okay, it's good. We're on the second witness. We have one other witness. Defense is about to question. We actually had 2 things strucken from evidence.
Hello.
Hold on.
Fossil. Can hear Fossil.
Before the incident on March 19th, had you had any communication with Maggie Mace?
Before 319.
Directly, no.
Any comms with Maze? No.
Were you involved in this investigation in any regard before the attack?
Communication.
I was only involved in scene collection during the OVM and MRPD scenes. I don't remember what evidence numbers they are, but they are in evidence.
Why does it autocorrect hate me? Apparently I can't spell MRPD, guys.
To the best of your remembrance, what was Maggie May's demeanor when she had you at knife point?
May's demeanor?
Cool, calm, collected.
Point. Cool, calm, collected. The 3 C's. Hell yeah. No, I don't. There's no hell yeah on that. Come on, Fossil, you got this.
Do you remember anything in detail that Maggie Mace told you?
Any details about? It's very vague.
One thing that has stuck to memory is that she has told me that she would enjoy watching the life fade from my eyes.
Enjoy watching. That's a psychopath if I've ever heard one. Watching the light fade from his. Wow, I can't spell his eyes. All the tea, guys. Let's sip all the tea. I'm gonna disturb everyone right now with sipping.
You stated the increased violence towards government employees, and that's why you went up there. Could you elaborate more on that?
Towards...
Objection, speculation, or apologies, objection, relevance.
you.
Rebuttal.
The relevancy of actually, I'll withdraw.
Oh, okay. You're free to answer the question then, Chief Gonzalez.
Well, with threats going out to doctors, Ocean View Medical itself being ransacked and destroyed and torn up, and MRPD all happening within the same day, I had more than enough reason to believe that anything could happen at a scene all the way up north by where no one could respond to at a reasonable time.
De Matteo was suspicious. Cool, that works. Da, 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 da. Why is Danger Zone? Danger Zone is like in my head. Oh, you guys are gonna hear the borks. I'm so sorry. The dogs are borking.
You stated there was threats towards doctors and EMS.
It's towards doctors and EMS. How are you moving forward with that questioning?
Apologies, I'm waiting for a question.
Yes. Do you know why there was threats towards EMS and doctors?
Well, the doctors was more towards one specific psych doctor.
Doctors was towards a specific...
Towards EMS, I don't remember at this time.
Doctor and EMS does not remember. Cool.
Did Maggie Mays sound or exhibit any aggression towards you before she stabbed you?
Mays, any aggression before...
Do you mean the part where she held me up knife point and forced me into a vehicle?
Any aggression before stabbing?
Yes, but yes.
That's it right there. The aggression is holding me hostage and forcing me into a vehicle.
Holding him hostage. No. I know where he's trying to go with this line of questioning. No, Fussel, ask before this incident, was there any aggression Mays held towards you?
You
That's what
stated
need to ask.
that you were conscious for a bit after the stabbing. Do you remember how long after the stabbing you got medical assistance or police responded to you?
PD or EMS?
It was not long. EMS was flying over the original scene and followed along when I was kidnapped. So they were flying over the scene and witnessed things that happened.
Along the entire
I would say about
time.
60 seconds.
So maybe a minute. Come on, Fossil, ask the one question. Before this incident, was there any aggression or malice pointed towards you from Mays? That would be such a question. Sorry, guys, I'm thinking like an attorney.
Would you say there's a possibility she stabbed you because police and EMS were drawing there?
Objection, speculation. He's asking him to make a guess about Maggie May's intents. Which...
I'll move on.
All right.
Go ahead.
You guys are hearing me via an attorney while I'm playing my judge. It's fine. It's fine. Can I create an attorney again? Because I kind of want to do some attorney stuff again.
No further questions.
All right. Does your co-counsel have any questions at this time?
I need to take a bathroom break soon. We need to do a recess after the witnesses. I would like to take a 10-minute recess so I can go use the restroom.
I am also going to take this time. Well, if somebody is objecting and giving the reason to their objections, please do not interrupt them, even if you do plan on moving on. I would like to allow them to speak first. Just
Your
so we're not
Honor.
talking over. Just for everyone in the room, please do not be talking over each other.
Wow. Thanks, Arthur.
Defense is co-counsel.
No, Your Honor. No questions, Your Honor. No further questions.
All right. Prosecution, your final chance to redirect any questions from defense.
Prosecution has no further questions.
None.
All right.
Cool.
Chief Gonzalez, you may step down then.
All right, we just have Noel now. I kind of want one, but it's probably big confliction. It's probably a bit of a confliction. because sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I genuinely miss it. but-
Prosecution, any other witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. Could you just give us a moment?
Yes. How long of a moment is this? 1 minute?
Just a moment. Yeah.
All right. Daryl.
Gonna eat a sandwich or drink some water. I mean, yeah, it could. Yeah, it would be the type of cases I could take. Like maybe civil would be fine. It would be like criminal. I probably couldn't touch criminal at all. It would be like what could I take? I don't know. You might hear me. I apologize in advance.
The state would like to call Officer Noel Allegro to the stand.
All right. And we can get them sworn in, please, Mike. Okay.
I'm just gonna accept my fate.
You might need to jump on the desk to sit in the chair. It's unfortunately comes with it. Just try not to grab me like cheap.
I will not. You are not Franny Mae.
Sorry.
You're fine. Yeah. All right, Micah, you can go ahead.
All right. Officer Allegro, could you raise your hand, please?
Prosecution. I wish I could show you guys.
Do you
my
swear
notes.
to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you Gutsy?
I do.
Gatsy.
Thank you so much.
All right. Oh. All right, you can go ahead at this time, Chief.
Apologies. Could I have you please state your name, badge number, and rank for the court?
My name is Noelle Grace Allegro. I am a officer with the LSPD, and my badge number is 207.
207. Cool.
And were you on duty March 8th? Apologies, March 16th?
Yes, I was.
Did you respond to a call from when Beckett Thatcher was kidnapped?
There you go, Gatsy.
Yes, I did respond to a call where she was kidnapped and stabbed.
And who was arrested for this incident?
Maggie Mays.
Mays arrested. Also, you should have
Was Miss Mays interrogated?
Mays.
Yes, she was.
interrogated. You should have seen the what the fuck?
And who did the interrogation?
Assistant Chief of Police Amelia Casanova and myself.
Casanova and Noel did interrogation. But also you should have seen here I can do page up. Where's page up? Page up?
Did Miss Mays admit to any crimes in the interrogation?
When Tuck was used as the god.
Yes, she
among
did. She
Texas.
admitted to kidnapping Beckett Thatcher as well as stabbing her.
Did Miss Mays say anything in this interrogation that stuck out to you?
Is this
Yes, she did. She stated that she liked to see the fear in their eyes as she attacked Beckett.
likes to see fear in eyes when attacking Beckett. Cool.
During the interrogation, did Miss Mays admit to any crimes outside of our jurisdiction?
Yes, she did. She stated that she had
Irrelevance.
killed at least 5 other of her foster siblings.
Outside of... Oh, maybe there's some relevance. Actually, no, there isn't.
At any point during the interrogation, did it seem like Miss Mays was showing any signs of remorse for her actions?
No, she did not.
And did Miss Mays say anything that would have you believe that she was going to stop committing any further violent crimes?
Yes, she did. One of the things she said is that when asked about her previous crimes outside this jurisdiction, she said something along the lines of, she's gotten out before and she'll get out again.
Before for, and she'll get out again. I don't see the relevance in that, but I will.
What became of Miss Mays after the interrogation?
She was sent up to Bolingbroke for a psych evaluation, or well, pending a psych evaluation.
And what was the conclusion of the evaluation?
It was concluded by Dr. Wade Elliott that she was of sane mind and fully knew what she was doing, and that she would do it again given the chance if she were to really be released from Bolingbroke.
Where's that report? Now I want to look at this report. Goddamn, not the right keyboard. I have 3 keyboards.
What happened to Miss Mays after her evaluation?
She got out.
She was then sent up for her charges for stabbing and kidnapping Beckett Thatcher, and then released from prison after her sentence was up.
Was that the last time you heard from Miss Mays?
No, it was not.
When was the next time you would be hearing from Miss Mays?
She texted me on March 19th.
319.
And
text
what
from
were
Mays
these
no.
texts about?
She asked me if I had gotten the surprise that she left for me at MRPD.
Oh, well, everyone enjoys a gift. What was the surprise she left for you?
She left several notes addressed to Flower.
Addressed to Flower.
Gave is it I don't know, illusions, similes, hyperboles, I don't know that stuff.
All the English terms. All the English
to
literature
Flower's
terms.
wilting and dying. And she left the place smashed and destroyed. Or well, this all took place in the lobby of MRPD.
The destroyed lobby.
Who? Flowers. Who was she referring to when she is talking about flowers?
Referring.
Myself. It is something she began to call me during our first interrogation.
Is to know is in first.
Now, through these text conversations, did you
interrogation.
respond to Miss Mays?
Initially, I did not. However, she then texted me something along the lines of, now a cop's gotten hurt, and seemed to be threatening other people, which prompted me to respond.
And who do you believe she was referring to about a cop being hurt?
Referring to this is speculation.
She did not state by name. However, this was within 30 minutes after the incident where Mateo Gonzalez was stabbed, and no other cops had been stabbed, attacked, things along those lines recently within the past several days. That was the only incident of a cop getting hurt.
Mateo, as his incident was recent. Okay.
Did she give you a reason why she stabbed Chief of Police Mateo Gonzalez?
Myself.
Himself. She said it was to lure EMS and PD out to prevent them from responding to other calls.
To other calls. I'm making my own music because Spotify sucks right now and it uses way too much. I don't know why. It uses too much room.
How long did your messages between Miss Mays go for, back and forth?
For about an hour.
Did you learn anything about Miss Mays?
Hour-long convo.
No, I did not. When I attempted to ask her a couple of questions about her family, and when I did so, she became very agitated and sent. If the messages I've interpreted as her becoming very scatterbrained, which ended with her asking where Beckett was.
Asked where I can see you.
And how did
kid.
she respond to you asking about her family?
Where Beckett was.
She became agitated is the best word I can come up with.
Did you two ever stop having communications between the two of you?
Yes, Maggie Mays eventually stopped texting back.
Around what time did these messages stop?
At about 8:30 p.m. EST.
Now, to clarify, what was the date?
March 19th.
319, cool. My dogs are crying downstairs. It's fine.
Okay. March 19th. Were there any calls around 8:30 p.m.?
Not around 8:30. I mean, kind of. About like 30 minutes later, a call came in about an attack at Pop's Diner.
Diner attack. Cool.
Okay, so do you know what the exact time of that Pop's Diner 911 was?
Yes, I do. It was 8:54 p.m. EST.
Who responded to that scene?
It was me, Don Allegro, and Mateo Gonzalez.
What things were discovered on scene?
It was found that the place was smashed. Some knives were missing. And there was blood all over the place.
For assault. All right.
Did you hear
Me
from
sipping my
Maggie
sparkling
Mays after
water.
this incident?
Yes, I did.
And what did she say?
She said something along the lines of innocent people have now gotten hurt because of you.
And how far apart were her messages from the 911 call?
It was a 8-minute difference. She sent that text at 9:02 p.m. EST.
After 911 call.
Now, did she say she was injured at all?
Yes, she did. She had said that she had managed to get the bleeding to stop.
And did you text her after this?
No, I did not. I stopped texting her after that point.
Interesting. Interesting.
So when was the next time you heard from Miss Mays?
10 days later on March 29th.
Maze.
10 is a long time.
No.
Did this concern you at all?
It did, as the scene at Pop's Diner had indicated to me that she had been injured, and she did also say to me that she was injured, so it seemed like she dropped off the face of the earth, and I was running through my head if she had possibly died from blood loss.
There's a little bit.
And in her message to you, what did Miss Mays say?
She said something along the lines of that she was fine and that I did not have to worry because she would not be hurting me directly.
Me Googling definition of a word for something.
After this message, did you have an exchange with her?
Yes, I did. I responded with her saying, if she wanted to hurt anyone around me, she did not have much luck with that, as being a cop, you do not have many friends. And to that, she then told me another downside of being a cop is finding bodies.
What time was her message stating that the downside of a cop is finding dead bodies?
That I do not recall,
Ow.
but I do know the time of when she sent her last text to me for that exchange.
And what time was that?
10:27 p.m. EST on March 29th, where I had asked her if I should be expecting to find any dead bodies, and she said that I'll have to wait and see, because she did not want to ruin the fun.
You said wait and see.
Now, after this exchange, was there a 911 that came in?
Yes, there was. It was stating that there was possibly a dead body at Pop's Diner.
And what time was this 901?
Body at
It came in
diner.
at 11:04 p.m. EST, so about 30 minutes after.
So there's no doubt things.
What officers responded
There
to
was
that
first
scene?
degree murder. There was stuff that happened.
Don Allegro and Riley Sinclair, as I was off duty. At the time I actually was in Polito.
So you were not on duty.
No.
Were you on PD radio?
Yes, I was.
Thanks for the follow. Hello, we're doing some GTRP.
Did you receive any texts from Miss May?
Miss May.
Yes, I did. She sent me a text saying that Pop's Diner needed new management.
And how long from the 911 to the text message you received?
She sent it at 11:09 p.m. EST, so 5 minutes after the 911.
Alrighty.
And at what
Hart,
time
I
was
need
Miss
to do
May's
something for you.
birdie post?
Hart, I'm doing something.
She then posted something to Birdie at 11:14 p.m. EST, which said something about Pop's Diner needing new management. And when someone asked why, she responded with, because the diner owner decided to go die.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at this. I'm laughing at Hart.
What time to your knowledge, did Mr. Goodman get pronounced deceased?
Oh, frick. People are yelling at me. One sec.
In his autopsy report, his time of death is recorded as 10:50 p.m. EST.
Sorry, people came home and were asking me questions, so I was yelling down at them. Fun times, fun times. Yeah, Hart, enjoy those privileges. Don't destroy my Twitch.
How much
please.
time from the text message with Maggie Mays and the
I made you mod. Shut up.
time of Ron Goodman's
Do
death?
with it what you will.
Do you believe that was?
Going off of timestamps, she told me I'll have to wait and see at 10:27 p.m. EST. So it was 23 minutes between the two.
Okay. Was anyone outside of PD made aware of the death of Mr. Goodman?
Besides doctors and any EMS on radio, no.
Beyond doctors.
What did you do after the 911 from the diner?
I headed back into the city to go on duty to help look for Maggie Mays.
Were you able to locate her?
Not right away. It took several birdie posts and text messages where she just sent photos of her location, and we had to go there and follow her around. But eventually we did find her.
Interesting. Very interesting. For this stuff.
Did you respond to the birdie post from Miss Mays about Becca Thatcher's home?
Yes, I did.
And at what time was that posted?
It was posted at 11:44 p.m. EST.
What did you see on scene?
I personally did not document or investigate the scene, and instead I was patrolling around the area, keeping an eye out.
Okay. What happened after the scene at Miss Thatcher's home was called clear?
Can you repeat the question?
Did something else happen after the PD called Thatcher's home clear?
We continued to search for Maggie Mays, where she posted another photo to Birdie of a tiny little garage mechanic shop, which we weren't able to locate.
I heard a door. I don't like hearing doors that I don't know about.
Was this the last time you heard from Miss Mays?
No, it wasn't.
What did she end up saying to you?
She asked me if we were having troubles finding her.
At what time was this?
12:10 a.m. EST.
There are so many timestamps I'm trying to keep up with.
So about 30 minutes. So there was no way Miss Mays couldn't have known that PD was looking for her.
No, PD did not inform her that we were looking for her.
Were there any more posts from Miss Mays that night?
No.
You may be hearing family yell at my pups.
Did your communications with Miss May end that day?
No. She, from what I recall, she sent me one more image, which was of the street, like that street tunnel off of Ginger Street.
Did officers respond to that location?
Yes, we did.
And what did officers find at that location?
I searched the street tunnel, which I did not find anything there. However, as I was doing so, it was called out over radio that she was found at the red garage.
Okay, so this
In
is
a
the day.
vehicle.
I was confused where we were at for a second, but this is the day of the chase, so okay.
Did you join the pursuit?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Could you describe the pursuit?
It was generally reckless, going all over the city, until it ended at the cross section of Glory Way and Popular Street.
How did
Go on.
How did the vehicle chase come to an end?
It ended when she hit a light pole and flipped the vehicle.
Did Miss Mays surrender at the end of this vehicle chase?
No, she did not.
What did she do instead?
She got out of the vehicle and began fleeing from officers, where she was told to put her hands up and stop resisting, which she did not do.
Were you the officer chasing her on foot?
Yes, alongside Riley Sinclair Reed.
Eventually, you were able to catch up to Miss Mays, correct?
Yes.
And what did Miss Mays do when you got close enough?
I tackled her and attempted to cuff her, in which she resisted and pulled out a knife.
Did she do anything with this knife?
Yes, she did. She stabbed me.
I'm reading this report as we're going over it. We have the report here, 601 report.
And to your best knowledge, what do you believe happened to Miss Mays after this? After she stabbed you?
Well, as she was stabbing me, I attempted to shoot her. And then anything else I cannot recall.
All right. No further questions, Your Honors.
Alright. Do you have everything you need? Alright, so at this time, defense, if you have questions you'd like to ask, you can go ahead and do so.
Is it common LSPD practice to regularly communicate with the apparent dangerous people over text?
Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Did the PD communicate with Beckett Thatcher about the scene that was at her house?
She informed us. It was either her or Jonah Francis informed us and provided security footage as we were investigating the scene.
Okay. And did you shoot Miss Mays before she stopped you? Or shoot at her before she stopped you?
I attempted. I do not know if any bullets hit.
I will pass on to my co-counsel.
Before moving, not sure if any bullets hit Maze. Okay. Who was eating in the fucking kitchen?
When was your first interaction with Maggie Mace?
During her arrest when she stabbed Beckett Thatcher.
Of Thatcher. Okay. Okay.
During the interrogation, did Maggie Mace show an interest towards you?
That's my sister, guys.
Yes.
Maze showed interest in Noel during the interrogation. What could be happening?
In her interrogation, she claimed to kill people out of our jurisdiction. Is that correct?
Yes.
To kill people.
Is there any evidence that this has happened beside her claiming it?
No, there's not.
No evidence other than her statement.
To your knowledge,
Okay.
when was Maggie Mace put on that 5150 hold?
This is kind of going outside of okay.
March 16th.
Hold 316. 316.
Now, you stated that she had a psych eval where it was recommended that she would not be left out. Is there any reason why this was not followed?
Quoi?
Because criminally, we were unable to place her in Bolingbrook, and psych did not further see about getting her into Parsons or into Bolingbrook.
I'm a bit confused about this one. What's being trying to be questioned here? Interesting.
Is it standard procedure for the LSPD to use 5150 holds as an investigative tool?
Standard. Fucking hell.
To
use 5150.
I'm not sure.
Chief, did you have something you'd like to say?
I was going to object, but Noel already answered.
My bad.
Not sure.
Even if they already answer, realistically, if you object, it can be stricken from the record. So,
All right. I'm going to object the relevance then.
Do you have a rebuttal, Erickson?
Well, she was put on 5150 hold, and they couldn't do anything when the psych said that she shouldn't be remain to the public. So it's more of an investigative tool.
I don't really have an issue.
Sorry, what do you have to say?
I don't really have an issue with it. I don't think it affects much, but it's up to you. I'll leave it up to you.
It doesn't. Also, I'm gonna die.
Oh my god.
Hold up.
The Chief Justice
It's a good thing.
has forgotten to eat or drink. Give us 1 second.
Actually, both, quite frankly. Look,
This is your court.
I've been looking at
court
my notes so
reminder
intently.
To eat and drink if you have not done so, please. Please
That
eat and
would've
drink
been
if you have
bad.
not done so. Does actually, that's a good question. Does the defendant have food, water, slushies to eat or drink? Because that might.
IFACs are delicious.
Don't eat your IFAC, please. Please don't eat your IFAC. All right.
So I, under the under the objection of relevance and him saying that she was placed on a 5150 hold, will sustain that objection. Sorry, overrule the objection because it was mentioned. Yeah, that's all I have to say on that, actually.
So, and it's already been answered, so we just won't strike it from the record, basically.
Yeah.
There we go. I don't know either, Kev. I don't know.
All right. Given the interrogation recordings, did you at any point take a personal interest in Maggie Mace?
Oh, interesting line of questioning.
Not really.
Not really. Great.
You stated that you communicated over text, correct?
Yes, because she was texting me.
Text back and forth between Noel and.
Did Maggie Mace ever seem to get antagonized by any of your text messages?
Yes.
Get
What sort of text messages did she get antagonized over?
I remember the specific one she got agitated over, which was when I asked her if she found any of her foster siblings annoying.
Did she find any of her foster siblings annoying? Who the hell just
Has Miss
walked into
Mace
the
ever
room?
given you information on text on crimes that may happen?
Over text? No.
Correction, Birdie DMs.
I never had Birdie DMs with her.
That could. What are you confused about, Kev? Because yeah, I'm a bit confused too. Like, what do you mean, about? Also, who the heck is that person? I'm curious. I can't tell. Crimes. Oh, Birdie DMs. Okay.
Do you know if any other government employees had communication with Maggie Mace over text?
Any other government
Uh,
have comms with Maze
Towards the end of the investigation,
text?
through subpoenas, I found out that Beckett Thatcher and Alexis Sinclair Reed
Alexis.
had texts with Maggie.
Didn't Jonah? I'm pretty sure Jonah did too. Am I right in that, Kev? That Jonah also had communication with Maze? Yeah, just a bit. We got redirect, and then I'm gonna ask that we take a recess. So that's what I'm gonna. Okay. So this is we have redirect because we're at 2 hours on this case now. So I'd really like to limit.
To your knowledge, was Maggie Mace ever brought in for questioning over the incident on March 18th, the fight at the Pop Steiner?
There was no incident at Pop Steiner on March 18th, or on March 18th. There was one on March 19th.
Yes, March 19th.
It's been a long trial, guys. It's been a long trial.
No, as officers were unable to find her.
Unable to locate her.
When she was finally apprehended, was she questioned about the incident?
After apprehension, was she questioned?
Officers attempted to, but when they attempted to, they were told the interrogation was over.
It's over. Okay, who the heck is in this courtroom?
Specifically by the person representing Maggie Mays.
There are two people back there, or one person back there that I don't recognize. Two people I don't recognize, and I can't tell who it is. The dark-haired behind Arthur, and then the guy behind the guy I don't know. I know everyone in this city. No, I'm kidding. I don't.
All right, I'm gonna pass this over to my co-counsel.
Please have limited questions, and then no redirect, so I may take a bathroom break. S'il vous plaît. Merci. Oh, nope. Clegg, why? But he's doing great. They're both doing really good. They're both.
We've established that there was two blood samples on the 29th.
Uh-huh.
One of Mr. Goodman and one of Miss Mays. Did you establish how Miss Mays' blood was on that scene?
It's an interesting question, actually.
On which date?
The 29th.
29.
Objection, scope. I did not ask any questions about any DNA found on scene.
I withdraw that.
Okay. Yeah, that would be scope anyways, unfortunately.
All right.
In your text with Miss Mays
Okay.
on the 29th, what did you mean by
What did you mean?
I was in Polito when you killed him?
That I was in Polito when the 911 came in?
And who were you speaking to by using you?
I was referencing Maggie Mays.
Referring to Maze? With the U?
It's very assumptive, no?
Oh my god.
Is that a question?
It's very assumptive that on the same day
You're great, Clegg, but this is testifying.
that this incident happened, you are already making claims that my client has killed a man.
Testifying. I'm waiting for an objection.
Yeah, to her.
No objection. Holy fuck. What in the world?
So you already made up your mind. You already made up your mind that Miss Mays killed
Boy,
Ron Goodman.
this is argumentative. This is so argumentative. This could be objected as argumentative.
I felt as though I could reasonably make that assumption due to the fact that she had told me that I was probably going to find more bodies, or at least that's how I interpreted it, and she has passed with Pop Steiner.
And in your history as a cop, have you found many dead bodies? Have you been around any?
Scope.
Do you mean responding to calls where they're already dead?
I just mean dead bodies.
What is this? This is scope.
Yes.
So you would say that it is a downside of being a cop, is that you have to interact and be around dead bodies.
I mean, yeah.
That was a fire truck.
Your Honor, I'm gonna object the relevancy of this line of questioning. I'm not sure where defense is going.
Your Honor, it seems to me like an LSPD officer has made assumptions and is placing blame on my client before an interrogation or an arrest has even been placed or made.
Okay.
Here, come on.
Yep. 1 second.
If I need to step further away, just let me know.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear us from here?
Barely.
No, okay.
Okay, there you go.
I'm actually not entirely. I don't have. I can swing either way on this.
I know.
His history as a cop isn't super relevant, but they did open the scope when they didn't object to the first question.
Yeah.
They should have objected to the first.
There's
question.
relevancy because the scope's been opened. Yeah. So.
Yeah, the scope has already been opened.
Let's just.
That's kind of what I was
Let's just see
feeling.
where it goes, and
We'll
we'll just
yeah,
watch it.
it's gonna be weighted. Yeah, if it doesn't go anywhere here, and honestly, I don't know how relevant it will be to the verdict.
It's also it's very
the
interesting
line
line of questioning.
the line of questioning is to go towards the biases. It is attacking the biases, but you know,
We'll just kind of keep an eye on it.
Yeah. If it kind of continues down to go really off track, I think we shut it down. But I think they should open it.
Let's just see.
By not they should have objected to the question of. They should have objected the question where they say, "So you already made up your mind that Miss Mays killed Ron Goodman." That question should have been objected.
I'm surprised it wasn't objected to argumentative, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's yep. All right. Alright, you can return to the stand officer.
Thank you.
So we're actually gonna overrule that objection. Kind of the scope was opened with some of this line of questioning that was not objected to a few questions ago. We're gonna keep an eye on it and we can stop it, but we will stop it if it does kind of get to a point where scope and relevancy are not obviously part of it anymore, but we're gonna overrule that objection.
From your honors.
All right, go ahead. Attorney Arfalatum?
Officer Allegra.
Okay, there we go. My dang jacket is being dragged all the ground. Okay.
Is it normal to for an officer to make assumptions rather than finding evidence and making them assumptions fact?
I'm confused by your question.
Let me rephrase.
This sass. This.
Should an LSPD officer accuse people of committing crimes? Or should they use the powers that they have to prove that that crime has been committed through evidence?
I am confused. You asked two questions in that, and I am not sure how to follow.
Albeit, I'm
I'll
kind of confused
reword.
by this question.
I'll
as well.
reword. Is it normal for an LSPD officer to make accusations via text message?
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay. Wow, that's a.
Does the SPD tell you not to make accusations via text message?
If you're asking if
Your
it's in
Honor,
our
I asked an answer.
SOPs, then
He already said he doesn't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna consider that answered already. We'll move on.
Just to the next question. Okay. I'm curious where he's going with this. Like genuinely. Like there's some things here I'm like, who is taking photos? I can't believe Eddie isn't awake either. He's sitting here in my Twitch chat instead. Eddie's watching Court TV from his house with Clem. That's what he's doing. He's watching Court TV.
On the night of the murder, the 29th,
That's what we're repeating it out. I'll say
in the Pops Diner,
I'm surprised more people aren't trying to do crime right now with officers on duty.
there was 2 sets of blood sample, correct?
Nope. We can't. That's scope.
Uh,
Aww.
Go ahead. Chief.
Scope, I again never asked any questions about the DNA found on the scene at the diner.
We're gonna have to sustain that one as that scope wasn't opened.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, did he actually? Let me. Yeah, go ahead. I'll reference.
I'll withdraw that
later.
question. That's it, Your Honor. A question.
Okay.
All right,
Does oh wait. I guess.
go ahead.
Yep, go ahead. Okay, I'm hydrating.
I'm gonna ask this question again. But did Maggie Mace ever mention a birdie account of AAA?
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Did Maggie Mace warn you about what they were planning?
Not really.
What did Maggie Mace tell you about this AAA?
Yes. Were you saying?
I'm so sorry, but this is not relevant.
Counsel, defense counsel.
Your rebuttal.
It's relevant as it is text messages between Maggie Mace and Noel.
Are you saying
Yes.
that this information is in text messages between the two?
Yes.
Chief, do you have any final words?
I'm willing to see where it's going, but
I'm willing to see where it's going. However, this does not seem relevant to the case.
I
in
don't
my
believe this has anything to do
so-
with Miss Mays or the charges that are on trial here.
Well,
what we can do is you can continue the questions, but if we see that it's not going towards any of the charges, we may stop the questioning. If prosecution is agreeing to, if prosecution is agreeing to see where it goes, obviously. If everyone is okay with that.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm willing. You'll know when I want to stop.
Yeah.
Very well. All right, let's go ahead and repeat the last question.
I'm sorry. I stammered because I was very much. Yeah. You guys can. Some of you guys know why I stammered at that.
I'll give you the last thing in my note. Or did Maggie Mays warn you about what they were planning? Answers. Not really.
okay, it's only going to be 2 more questions, so bear with me.
Okay.
Did anything come out of the information you were provided by Maggie Mace about AAA?
I thoroughly investigated that, and no, nothing came of it.
Nothing came of it. Okay.
No more questions, Your Honor.
All right, prosecution redirect.
Yep.
No redirect, Your Honor.
All right. So now can step down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Defense,
Do we
do you have any other witnesses?
Yes. Maggie Mays.
Oh, sorry. I meant to ask for the prosecution. All right.
Oh, us? Apologies.
Sorry. That was my bad. I misspoke.
Yeah, I was a little
asking
confused
prosecution
as
as
well.
well.
No, prosecution does not have any more witnesses.
All right. Okay. I would like to just take a 5-minute recess before we switch over to defense. So we will come back at, let's say, 23 after the hour.
It just
Right.
turned to a minute. Do you want to do 24?
Okay, 24.
Yeah.
You know what? Fine. We'll make it a nice even 25. Come
Okay.
back quarter after the hour. Thank you.
Thought you were about to say 26.
Using the gavel. I just can't see it very well.
I thought you were about to
yeah.
say 26 for a second. I was about to be like, what the heck?
My brain's a little fried.
You're good.
Yeah. I forgot how many instances there were. So the witness number is amplified by the amount of that they're going through, like 3 or 4 instances per. So it's taken longer than I expected.
I'm
But-
waiting for the evidence point out portion because that's before closing. And I know
Yeah.
for a fact
Well,
that
it also, I just, because they did already just say that Miss Smith is going to take the stand. That'll be interesting. I'm surprised to see that. I'm kind of surprised by that, actually.
when I was an attorney,
Yeah.
my theory was unless I absolutely have to, you never put the defendant on the stand. That was what
Yeah.
what I went with. So
Yeah. I hope the defense is ready to object to scope, depending on what kind of scope they open. It's gonna be. It could be either real good or real bad.
it's gonna be something.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I should probably eat and drink so I don't.
I literally was probably seconds away from passing out.
Do we have?
I looked back. I was like, I looked. I was so focused on my
Looked at
notes,
your
and then
Fitbit.
and then it was all of a sudden I was like, oh my god,
Hmm.
I almost.
I do. Had several.
Do we want to do? So we want to have the witness.
Your Honors, can I add no hats to the wall?
What do you mean? Which hats are you referring to?
I'm just saying no hats in general.
There's been several people walking in with hats.
I mean, hats are typically okay as long as they're not like covering their face. I don't really see a reason.
Okay. It's just hard to identify anyone in a hat. But we understand.
I mean, if Chief Justice says otherwise, I don't really see one.
I don't really see a reason. Also,
Alright.
nobody in this room currently is wearing a hat, so
Well, everyone left due to the recess, so.
Yeah.
right. I can see everybody.
I will say, I think I saw a few people I didn't recognize out there, but I also have not met everybody in the city, so.
I don't recognize most people. I've only seen the people I've seen at court, and quite frankly, I forget them very quickly.
That's fair. All right, I'm gonna go limp around.
I feel
Thank
like,
you, sir.
I feel like if you're limping, you should sit, but okay.
Each their
Nah,
own. Oh,
Doesn't even want to come to the petty bar.
goodbye.
Well, they have 3 minutes.
bye.
Yes. I'm gonna go in the bathroom. And go to the bathroom.
Alright. Alright, sorry guys, had to take a quick bathroom break. Literally the fastest bathroom break of my life. See, we got a couple people walking back in. I'm honestly surprised there aren't people doing crime, considering there are officers here who are probably on duty, but not on duty. Who knows? I'm actually curious who is on duty. I guess technically, that's surprising. Usually there would be on duty here.
No, also come here. Just so I'm not shouting to everybody. So I will probably want to deliberate on this, say, kind of overnight-ish. I do have other prior engagements that were, albeit supposed to be happening 25 minutes ago.
Oh gosh.
And other things. Yeah, I told them, I warned them that this case would probably go longer than that, and I was right. However, it was supposed to happen whenever this case concluded, so I may have to go take care of some other arrangements before deliberating.
That's fine.
It'll also give a chance to just kind of go. We can each go over our own stuff and then reconvene after the fact.
I will say the latest for me tonight is going to be like an hour after storm is the latest I can be up till, so...
All right, so
Might have to be
why
something
don't
we maybe reconvene
we can
tomorrow.
we can talk about it tomorrow, and then that gives us each the time after this to go over our notes and the evidence, and then we can discuss tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do we want to give a judgment on the docket, or do we want to give people or like kind of have people come back?
If they can come
What-
back, they can come back. If they can't, they can't. Oh, we can just put
Well, it would
that-
be tomorrow, so
Yeah.
that would be the only thing we could do. Like, I don't mind doing it over the docket, honestly. But we could also have people come back and
Yeah, like, they can just do that in judges' chambers. It doesn't have to be a public thing either.
yeah.
But yeah.
I guess come back in city, I say, and that way they can, hear what we have to say would be
Yeah.
the only thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then if people have questions.
Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't take too much longer. I think they're just gonna have it sounds like Miss Bays is just gonna take the stands. We'll go through evidence and closings.
Yep.
All right. All right. Is everyone back? You've been given an extra 2 minutes. so that I could talk to Justice Hart.
I don't know where the chief is, but we're okay to proceed without him.
All right, very well. All right, I'll call this back into session. Just gonna have to reach over there. All right, defense. Any witnesses you'd like to call? Please be shouting. You are very far away. I cannot hear anything.
Can we call Maggie Mays up to the?
Is that a question or is she being called up?
Yeah, we'll call her up.
She is entitled to speak for us. She will just be waiving her Fifth Amendment right at the time. Is she aware that by taking these stands, you are waiving your Fifth Amendment right to not answer any questions?
Yeah. Can
All
I
right.
be uncuffed from the table though?
Yes. Officers should be taking care of that.
All right.
Such a doll. Should I approach the stand at this time?
Yeah.
Yes, Ms. Mays, please please take the stand.
Did they realize she could stab one of
and
us
then,
if she wanted to?
Micah, former if you'd like to swear her in.
They don't realize they have her completely uncuffed right now. She could do whatever the hell she wanted to in character. Go for it. Do it. Do
Miss
it.
Mays, if you could raise your hand, please.
Do it, Maggie. I dare you. Hit one of us.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing
I
but the
dare her
truth, so
to.
help you Sai?
I do.
Thank you.
Miss Mays,
I dare
upon
you.
entering Pop's Diner on the 29th
No,
of
it's fine.
March, how did the customers and the owner act or behave towards you?
Gave me the dirtiest looks I've ever seen.
And what
Quite
did you walk in there for?
I just wanted some food without being bothered.
And did they bother you?
Yeah, a lot.
Or did they serve you?
Serving is out of the question. They did not do that.
Did they say anything or act in any way when they refused service to you?
That guy gave me dirty looks and was like, "You're not welcome here." And I'm like, "But I just want some food, sir." He was very rude and it was irritating.
And how did you feel? Was he being aggressive towards you?
Yeah, because I haven't done anything wrong. I don't know why he's being so, bad.
And how did you feel?
I was appalled and really upset.
And what happened after that?
We got in a tussle because he tried to force me out.
And how did he try and force you out?
You know, he shoved me over the counter a little bit, so I started fighting back.
And did you feel like you were in danger? Did you feel like you could get hurt?
Whenever anyone touches you like that, you tend to feel like you're in danger. Someone that big.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor. I will pass over to my co-counsel.
Okay. The fact that she is completely uncuffed right now, they did not cuff her to the... Yeah, no, they did not cuff her to the witness stand. She walked up on her own. She's completely uncuffed. She could do whatever she wanted. If Sprints wanted to play Maze this way...
Is your co-counsel going to have any questions at this time? Again, I cannot hear you from back there.
Like, literally could do whatever they wanted to. Nothing's happened.
when you were being interrogated on most incidents, did you ever feel antagonized?
Depends on the time.
Vague. Sorry. The objection was what?
Vague. If he wants to reference something, he can reference a specific interrogation.
Mr. Erickson,
Okay, no.
which instance are you referencing?
I'm just asking if in any interrogation she felt antagonized.
It's not really vague that I'm looking at. Also, I don't think vague is an objection.
Okay. Yeah, the rephrase of the question honestly is a little bit better for me. Ms. Mays.
You can go ahead and answer, Miss Mays.
Oh. Depends on which time. The first time was particularly irritating.
And why was that?
The fact that they called it a psych eval and they were just interrogating me through psych.
I'm going to object to this line of questioning to relevance. How she, her feelings of feeling agitated they have no relation to the crimes she committed.
The relevance is that Maggie Mays being agitated by the person interrogating them might not want to speak or give full and clear answers.
It's still not relevant, but your discretion, Your Honors.
Real quick.
I'm fine hearing it,
Yeah.
personally.
Also, they're opening up scope and technically malice is part of serial attempts and killings.
Yeah, I don't really. I actually kind of find it relevant. Well, thoughts and feelings are only a part of the relevant. Like, it is somewhat relevant to me.
Okay, you can go ahead if you wanna.
We would like to hear the line of questioning. Like the thoughts and feelings are can be relevant in a sense to the case. So we will hear it.
Ba-ba-bum.
So you were antagonized during the first interrogation, correct?
Yeah, whatever that psych one was. Didn't exactly feel like a psych thing. Made me feel like they thought I was dumb.
Okay, interesting. What else you got for us? What else you got for us, Fossil? I'm curious. Very curious.
Did Noelle ever antagonize you in text messages?
Yeah, that one about the family. It's asking personal questions. That was very irritating considering the circumstances, what brought me to the city. He already knew. I don't know why he bothered asking again.
So Noelle kept asking the same questions.
And multiple things, yes.
This is gonna open up some interesting scope.
Did you ever inform Noel about a birthday account with the name of AAA?
A lot. That person irritated me to no end. So of course I wanted the police to go find them so that way they can get that person out of my hair.
Objection relevance.
We have already established and allowed this questioning to this line of questioning to happen as with Officer Noella Gross, so I will overrule the objection. Again, whether or not this leads to something, it will be at our discretion. Please keep it directed and relevant to the charges that we're in question. So.
I think I know where he's going with this line of questioning. I think I do. I'm pretty sure I do, based off of what I've read. I read those AAA. We have access to those AAA, Birdie, and anybody does actually on the docket. They are spicy, and there's some big information in those that I don't know if.
Did you ever inform Noel about what AAA was planning?
I don't remember exactly what I told Noel.
They told Noel about AAA planning. Come on. You know what you want to ask. I think I know what you want to ask. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Have you told anyone the story you told us today about what happened on 29th?
If you're referring to the fact that AAA had a target at Pillbox and that whole 911 thing was to draw out PD and EMS for a distraction, and that's why Mateo got stabbed, then yeah.
Fuck. They just went for it.
I thought they'd be quite interested in AAA after that one. Guess not.
Regarding the incident on March 29th when you walked into Pop's Diner, have you told anyone what you told us today?
I didn't feel comfortable telling PD if that's what you're asking.
You got the wrong date. It's the
Have you
19th, not the 20th.
told anyone else, whether it be cellmates?
No. No one wakes up in there. They're all very sleepy.
Oof. Oof. Calling out lack of prisoner P. Oof. 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 Unfortunately, it's because prison is kind of hard because we're a smaller city, guys.
No further questions. I'm gonna talk to my co-counsel.
Alright. If you guys have no further questions...
No further questions, Your Honor.
Alright, prosecution, you can go ahead and ask any questions you may have. Alright, let's see what they do. Because the scope is technically... There is scope here that they have to follow.
So, in the interrogation 4, you stated that you had not entered Pop's Diner. Is that correct?
I don't remember that one.
Do you remember the interrogation you had with me, yourself, and your attorney, Timothy Rufflebottom?
I remember standing in a room for a few hours and then getting sent to jail.
Do you remember anything we discussed?
Not really.
Alrighty.
Oof.
Did you come into contact with anyone after leaving Pop's Diner?
No.
Were you in contact with anyone from after you left Pop's Diner to when police found you at Red Garage?
This is scope now. This is out of scope.
The only people I've been messaging are Alexis Reed and AAA.
This is
And you.
outside of scope.
Did you meet anyone in person?
This is outside
No.
of scope. Come on.
Did the police pursue you?
Probably.
Were you shot and arrested by PD?
Scope.
Well, arrested is a loose term considering I couldn't do anything about it after I'd been shot.
After getting medical treatment, were you brought into custody?
Yes.
Why did you have, at the time of your arrest, why did you have a knife on your persons
Scope.
that had Ron Goodman's
Scope,
blood
scope,
that was
scope,
fresh?
Scope. Call scope.
Because he was rude to me again.
So did you stab Ron Goodman?
Well, he started the fight again, so 2 times the charm.
Scope.
You didn't answer my question. Did you stab Ron Goodman?
Perhaps.
It's a yes or no question.
Badgering, argumentative. Any of these.
He probably was.
I can say again, it's a yes or no question.
Your Honor, the witness is non-responsive.
Yes, Miss Mays.
Yes.
Yeah, he stabbed. She stabbed him, but she claims it's
Did you take a wrench and beat his head in?
He only got hit once.
This is why you don't.
Did you take the wrench and clamp it around his neck?
At that point, I was in a fight or flight mode. Clearly, I chose fight, so yes.
They're gonna need to massively redirect.
I have no further questions unless my co-counsel does.
All right, let's
Hello, Miss Mays. Pleasure to see you again.
I'm surprised. She's uncuffed.
Yeah.
No one has said anything.
Could you tell us what your business is for coming to Los Santos?
Scope! Scope! Fucking scope! Scope.
Ma'am?
You're hot.
Ma'am?
You're shouting.
Ma'am?
Oh my god, did you
Ma'am?
It's okay.
Ma'am?
It's okay. Are you?
Hey,
And-
I feel an objection coming.
And if you're objecting, the scope was already open,
Please
so
ignore
I'm
that.
going
I
to
don't-
continue.
Please
I don't
ignore
know what
that.
you're on about.
My voice
Please
box.
go-
I'm not joking when I say my voice box is currently broken right now. My voice box
Yeah,
is
you're
not
not just
shutting
gonna
off.
that's okay.
So,
Yep.
I
You
have
can
to
go
take a
finish it.
nap. I do
Hold.
apologize.
No,
It's,
please, no. We're gonna hold for a moment.
it's
we
not,
can-
it's
we can
not
hold.
turning off. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
well,
Actually, don't know why.
We'll take a nap. And while we're at the scope was opened.
I am gonna go die in a hole. I'm gonna go die in a hole. I'm gonna go die in a hole. My voice box. My voice box is currently fucked, and I don't know what the hell. It was not showing up as me talking. What the fuck? Oh. I'm gonna go die in a hole. I'm actually gonna go die in a hole. I'm actually gonna go die in a fucking hole. Alrighty. I think that should be good now.
We're just waiting for defense co-counsel.
I believe his internet may have.
Yeah.
Can someone, real quick, can someone please just kill me right now, my voice box? I think I'm just gonna go. My brain is deciding to die. You know, it's fine.
That would be a crime, ma'am.
Is that? I was just gonna say, it would definitely be a crime.
Alrighty, yeah, you know.
Maybe contempt of court as well.
Oh, yeah, that too, considering it's a judicial order.
Yeah. Think for whatever reason, my inner thoughts decided to not stay inner there for a minute.
I don't know what you mean. I scrubbed everything from my
Great,
memory.
that's great. That is so
Didn't hear anything, Your
wonderful.
Honor.
They're called intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
Are you taking a photo of me?
Not you. Of the insanity happening.
Put that camera away.
Yeah,
It's for her scrapbook.
I do not care what it's for. I do not want her photoing.
Yes, Your Honor.
No.
I want to go die in a hole. I actually want to go die in a hole, fucking hole. That I
How would you like us to proceed if the defense co-counsel cannot return?
If he can't return, we'll probably we'll just proceed with Mr. Rufflebottom.
I believe maybe 1 more minute, potentially.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Who can entertain me for 1 minute? Who has any secret talents?
Anybody have a secret talent to entertain the chief judge?
Your Honor.
I heard that you do, Chief.
What's your favorite type of cheese?
I'm not a big fan of cheese. Actually, no, brie all the way.
Okay, how much brie could you eat in a year?
I
So
don't know.
guys, worst hot mic / microphone
Estimate.
won't turn off ever.
What
Enjoy
does this
that.
have to do
Somebody
with me
clip
asking
it
for
and just
talent?
being like, "What the fuck?"
I'm on board.
My
It's not
microphone,
entertaining.
my
Talent
the,
with
mi- the
cheese?
quote
I
unquote
don't know.
voice
I don't know
box,
what
so
talent
my push to talk
the
for whatever reason was no
defense is
longer push to
talking about.
talk, and I don't know why. So enjoy that. Enjoy
Well.
the fuck out of that, guys. I'm gonna go
You're all
die
very
in a
boring,
hole.
aren't you? Then.
To
Kinagawa,
be
even
honest,
I
Your
am-
Honor, I'm on the cusp of being an alcoholic, so yeah, I'm probably pretty boring.
Okay.
Is that stricken from the record?
We're not in session right now, so
Talent,
I can't demonstrate that in here. Get up here, Xander. Come prove it.
Objection.
yeah,
to,
can prove it.
Yeah,
For
prove it.
those, what is going on in the back?
Xander.
What are we proving?
Prove it.
I object. I am
ahead.
not boring.
Prove it.
Okay, prove it.
Don't you dare.
Well, I
Prove it.
can't get a car in here. I could try though.
I thought you were about to say
Prove
something.
it.
I
If
thought
you
were about to
bring,
say something else.
if you bring a
Prove it.
vehicle in here, I will have you sent up. I will give you
Sander,
contempt of
prove
court.
it.
Well, then I can't prove that I'm not boring, can I?
No, you can prove you're not boring by not bringing a vehicle in here.
Well, then I won't bring a vehicle in here. Case closed.
Find
I'm not
another way.
boring.
Oh my god.
You
At
need
least
to
he
find
didn't
another
motion
way.
for something
Oh my
else.
God.
Are you
he's
gonna
just
let
in
him
the cage.
snark you like
That's
that, Your
it.
Honor?
So Xander, you know I can still give you contempt of court.
Absolutely, you aren't that nice right now.
Don't do it, Xander. You know I know what you're wanting to ask us. I know what you're wanting to ask us. Don't do it.
You should get a bar license, Xander.
God damn.
Mr. Crow, did you have something to say back? Because if you did, I didn't hear you.
No, Your Honor. I have nothing to say.
Oh, very well.
Don't forget, contempt's only misdemeanor, Xander.
Yeah, but if he'd like to test me, I will. I will take that test.
Okay. Real quick with me.
I would like everybody to bring up the birdie post by Riley Sinclair Reed 9 seconds ago. Can we go ahead and clarify what this means? It means Xander likes to run around screaming that he runs around screaming he's a gun and that he what? Wait, what was the second part of that? Oh, you're gonna challenge him now. Okay, so you're gonna fight. Okay, I understood. You're gonna fight Mr. Crow. Understood. All right. All right.
Oh, that's what we could do the next time you need a minute.
Fight?
Yeah, we could just have a.
Well, I mean, I've got time. Fight for the honor? Oh. Is this a mutual? If this is, if this is a mutual
it
agreement,
sounds like
this
mutual
could be.
combat, Your
This
Honor.
could be quite entertaining. There you go. I will take this entertainment.
It has been about a minute though, so it is up to you.
Your Honor, I think you should proceed without co-counsel.
Sorry. You have word. Or your...
I'm trying to get an answer right now. 1 second.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second. He's getting typing. So.
Say worst case scenario, if he can, see from the from somebody else, that if he wants to just send some, he could just give his he could give his feedback to his co-counsel.
Can we put him on the phone over voice call over speakerphone?
I would prefer him to just if he has anything, he should send. If he can, give it to the to Mr. Alphabottom and have any questions, Mr. Alphabottom. Alex, we are on currently on prosecution questioning, and so the only thing they really have right now is objections. So we could proceed. Alphabottom could object as we could continue that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially if Mr. Rufflebottom is comfortable proceeding, I think we just proceed.
Okay. All right. That's good.
We're kind of close to ending, and I just wanna kind of get it wrapped up at this point.
Is that the governor just walked in?
What's up?
I think the governor just walked in.
Oh. All right.
Well, thank God he wasn't here when my inner thoughts came out.
All right. It's fine. It's fine. There's a record of it anyway.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna.
All right, we'll go ahead and proceed for now. Mr. Rufflebottom, if you want to reach out to your co-counsel, see if he has anything to add, he will add stuff. All right, go ahead and repeat the last question.
I believe my last question was, Miss Mays.
Yeah, I know you
what
can hear my Discord.
family business brought you to Los Santos?
Yeah, Fossil, if you're here, you can, if you have any questions, send them to Clegg.
Sibling
and
shit.
just, you would have Clegg ask him for you or objections, either or.
Could you be more specific?
But I'm gonna scream my head off.
No.
Where is?
Your Honors. She is under oath.
You may need to ask a more direct question. I cannot honestly.
I don't know what the hell happened. My mouse button.
She is flat out refusing to answer the question.
I'm actually. Start. Do you have anything to add on that?
What was the what was the question again?
So we go from what family business brought you to Los Santos. Her answer was siblingship. He asked, could you be more specific? She said no.
Oh man. I feel it answers the question, but I mean that if you don't feel it did, Chief Justice, I don't.
I guess for me, I don't know what answer I'm expecting here. You're gonna have to ask a more pointed. If you ask a more pointed question, I would say she's being non-responsive. But at this time, I think she's.
That's fair. What siblings do you have here in Los Santos?
Beckett.
And what was your relationship like with Miss Thatcher?
She got a lot of attention. Bit rocky.
Is this the reason you sought her out?
Just to pay her back.
And how did you plan on paying her back?
On similar terms of what she did to me mentally.
How did she mentally make you feel?
She made me feel unwanted, unloved, and like I was a waste of space.
Miss Mays, at the diner, you claim your testimony claims that you were defending yourself?
Yes.
Is there a particular reason you did not call for assistance?
I'm a very independent woman. What can I say?
Allegro. And
I was gonna say, was there something that I
oh, okay. I heard it loud and clear. My apologies, Your Honor. Miss Mays, why did you return 10 days later to the diner?
Because I wanted food again.
After being forcefully removed, it would stand to reason that you would be considered trespassed. don't you think?
He never said it to me.
Alright, sorry guys, I've been messaging people.
Miss Mays, on an average day, what is your aggravation level like?
Depends on who's talking to me.
Okay. What is your aggravation level now?
Hmm,
I
Not-
want to go
not
die
really
in
that
a
bad.
hole. I want to go fucking die in a hole for the scope comment. I'm gonna be embarrassed for that for eternity, guys. It's fine. Just I refuse to touch my. I don't want to touch my camera. I don't want to touch my
You know what?
anything.
I have no further questions. I don't know if my co-counsel does, but I'm good.
I have no further questions. All right. Defense your redirect.
None, Your Honor.
Okay.
All right. If there's no further questions, Miss Mays, you may step back to step down. All right. Defense, you have no other witnesses called. Is that correct? Okay. All right.
Hot miking, fun.
At this point in time, we will give a chance for both sides to point out any evidence they'd like to have us pay particular attention to in our deliberation, and we'll starting with the.
Is it just a bad cable, or is
prosecution.
it
Yes, Your Honor.
something else?
At this time, the prosecution will be pointing out people's A, F, G. I did not give a letter for
Okay.
that one. Give me a second.
Okay, and then if you're going to point out specific evidence, unless you're going to do this at the end, I would like you to give me like what exactly are we pointing out from this, other than because we're going to look at the evidence.
Yeah, we'll review it.
We're going to look at the
Okay,
evidence. So what of note in that evidence do you want us to pay particular attention to? Do you think is pertinent to these cases, to this case?
To all four of them, I'm trying to find what the fourth one is because I wrote down the incident that it was covering, not the number.
If you have the incident report number, that'll be fine. We'll see it too.
And go ahead and repeat to me the evidence list then.
Pointing out the blood and DNA evidence, as well as possessions for the following incidents. Incident 582, report 822, incident 600, incident 601.
Repeat those reports. That was a little fast.
Apologies, Your Honor. Incident 582, report 822, incident 600, and incident 601.
I don't know about the Ethernet port. That's
All right. I have that.
And then I have a couple of lines from the subpoenas to point out. Maggie subpoena from March 17th to 19th with Noel Allegro, line 5, 29, and 75. Beckett
I want to make sure I'm
Thatcher,
writing this down. Line 529 and 75.
as well as 29, 29.
529.75. 529.75. Okay.
Beckett Thatcher, line 3 and 7. Then Anonymous, line 41 and 42, as well as lines 97 through 102.
Great. Alrighty, that's gonna be interesting to look at. I'm just gonna go die in a fucking hole.
Okay.
I
And
actually
then,
want to fucking go. I know I'm stressing out this, but it's just,
Maggie subpoena March 29th through March 30th. Noel Allegro, line 6 and 11.
6 and 11. Somebody please come and murder me. Please. Not IC, IRL.
That will be all, Your Honors.
All right. Thank you, prosecution. Defense.
Your Honor, Maggie May's subpoena 29th to 30th. Line 12. And was the last motion to add evidence, was that allowed?
Yeah, all the evidence that was added,
Yep.
what was it, 2 days ago has been,
Yeah, that's-
is already in evidence.
The 5th paragraph. From the note.
Oh,
The 5th paragraph of the psych notes from the evidence that the defense entered, I believe, is what he's
Yep.
pointing to. Yep,
Did
okay.
you understand
Yep.
that?
Sorry.
No, I just
sorry.
knew where he
did
was
I...
going with it.
Yep.
You may have
I
turned into a
heard the
robot.
first part.
Oh,
I heard
did
the
I?
first
Sorry.
part, and I was
Sorry,
able
Your Honor.
to figure what all he was talking about. All right.
All right. Is there any other evidence you'd like to
Yes,
point
one
out?
second, sorry.
All good.
How do I... What line is this?
You can also just describe. You don't have to give us a specific line. You can just say this is
Maggie
what it
May's
says.
interrogation 4 transcript. Where no Allegro on record states that Maggie Mays stabbed the diner owner.
Okay.
I think that's it, Your Honor.
All right. At this time, we will kind of transition into our closing statements. I will be giving. Let's give. How long does the councils need to prepare for defense or closing statements? Will 10 minutes be enough?
About, yeah, 10, 15.
Okay, 10
Yeah.
minutes. So 20 after the hour.
All right.
Go.
I am stuck on there.
Is to have this case wrapped before storm. So interesting that they didn't object to any. They objected to their. They didn't object to scope a lot in Maggie Base's in her questioning. They definitely could have objected to some of that scope, but they did not.
Yeah. I'm just, trying very little to touch my voice box, if you know what I mean, right now, because I don't want I don't want it to happen again.
Well, I'm more whispering currently. So.
Same, still. I'm just internally freaking out about it still and will to continue to do so for the next 24 hours until I forget about it. Alright, is it like, did it work? Sorry, Fossil, I just saw. How is he doing? No, you're good. Who the heck is, oh, that's the, I was like, who the heck is that? God damn you, Dieter. I was gonna say, is it working, Fossil, now? I am gonna go think about something real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I am gonna be right back. Please, if you're here, just, you know, don't kill my stream. That's all I ask. I'm gonna go die in a hole too while I'm at it, because I've fucking hot mic / push to talk just being stupid. Yep, there we go. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, guys, so real quick. You ever want to see somebody's body leave their soul? God. Me stressing out over a hot mic that I know everybody's gonna, or like whatever the heck it was. I don't know if it was hot mic, I don't know if it was my voice box. I'm pretty sure it was my voice box, but god damn. Alright. I actually want to fucking... Okay. figure this out. Hopefully Fossil's internet is working again. But in the meantime... Oh, he's back. You're back! A Fossil is back. Me currently looking up worst possible hot mics. Alright, we'll be returning in a second, guys. I gotta mute my Discord audio, or my desktop audio for a second. It's just so fucking, like, one of those times I'm just like, oi. I don't know if anybody can hear that. No, I know. I'm just like, oh, God. Alright. I know, Tech, I know. I'm just gonna, I have a brain that's just like, I'm pretty sure everyone thought it was funny. I am pretty sure everyone thought it was funny, but also at the same time, I'm like, my fucking anxiety brain with being so fucking nervous about shit, and this also being the case it is. Everyone I know is gonna ignore it, but I also know there's gonna be those people who bring it up again in City, and I'm just gonna, I need to change, I think it's not, I think I figured out what it was, why my voice box was staying on. It's not anything GTA related. It's my mouse. Because I've noticed this on Discord, I have side mouse buttons I use. They get stuck. They get like super, super stuck. And I think they got stuck in this case. Oh, it's time for us to... But because I get stuck on Discord, I think it got stuck. And I wasn't pushing it, but it got stuck. So now I've got to change my push to talk button, which I'm like, that's going to be fun. All right, yeah, should we... Thanks, Hart. Oh, you guys are gonna hear me being sobby about this for a while. It's fine. Alright, guys, let's see. 3 hours and 30 minutes later. Okay, that's the thing. That wasn't even Raging Judge. That was me as, like, if I'm I'm basically sharing, like, because like I did the attorney stuff, so I'm like, attorney, me is like the attorney brain is like, fucking scope, because it was slightly scope. It was slightly scope. You know, just a little bit. Don't worry, the VOD will show it. Are people speaking? I can't tell. I can't hear if they are. Speaking? I cannot hear you if you're speaking at all. Oh no. I'm gonna let me just make sure is anybody else speaking? No. You can hear me. Okay, I can't hear you.
I figured it out.
Okay.
Not me, definitely. Just turning off the microphone for a moment.
All right. So
Okay, prosecution, are you ready for your closing statements?
I believe Allegra is still furiously typing.
voice
Okay,
issues.
Defense, are you ready or are you still working?
I'm ready, Your Honor.
All right. Allegro, Officer Allegro, you have, I'll give you 2 more minutes.
He says okay.
Understood.
Thank you.
Okay.
Apologies for sitting on the floor. I'm tired of standing, Your Honors.
I am also tired of standing. Unfortunately, there's only 1 chair up here. I should add another chair.
You can sit if you want to.
That's a lot of work. I actually don't know that I could very well.
Here, oh gosh, I'll move so you can. Here, you try. That works.
Oh, yes. Perfect.
That works. Man, everyone's got voice issues today. Everyone having voice issue today. Everybody.
Trial started at 6 p.m. EST.
All right. Prosecution,
9:25.
can we get moving with the closing statements?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'll call us back at the set. I don't know if I hit the gavel on the way out. I'm hitting it again. Prosecution, your closing statements.
Alrighty, bear with me, Your Honor. Your Honors, today we have heard the testimony of several officers and Maggie herself, recollecting the events we are here for today. Serial attempts and killings is described as the following. Any individual who commits the offense of murder, attempted or otherwise, on 3 or more separate occasions, with each attack showing malice aforethought, occurring in separate events at time, and sharing common characteristics such to suggest the reasonable possibility that the crimes were committed by the same actor or actors. Maggie Mays came to the city with the sole purpose of killing Beckett Thatcher. She kidnapped Beckett Thatcher and brought her to a remote location where she placed several notes on Thatcher's persons before stabbing her and leaving her there. And her violence did not end there, where she continued to taunt and threaten the PD, creating a fake 911 call for EMS and PD to respond to. When PD did respond, she kidnapped the chief of police and brought him to a remote location where she stabbed him. When asked in interrogation why she stabbed Mateo Gonzalez, she said it was because she felt threatened by this birdie account AAA, which she had never met in person, and was concerned that the PD was working with him and that she stabbed him out of self-defense. Later that day, officers would receive a 911 call from Ron Goodman stating that he and a customer were attacked by a woman all of a sudden. Through DNA evidence seen, as well as the 911 call from Ron Goodman, it could be determined that there was 3 people seen who could be identified as Ron Goodman, a customer, and the attacker, Maggie Mays. In this 911, Goodman only states that he and the attacker were injured. Blood evidence scene supports this, as there was only 2 different bloods found scene, which came back to Ron Goodman and Maggie Mays. Maggie Mays would then go on to text Noel Allegro that innocent people had gotten hurt because of him and would then disappear for 10 days. When she resurfaced, she texted Noel Allegro once again, and one of the things that she texted was, unprompted, that a downside to being a cop was finding dead bodies, and that if he was lucky, that maybe he would be seeing one. 37 minutes later, PD responded to a 911 at Pop's Diner and found Ron Goodman deceased on scene. Maggie May states in her testimony that she went to Pop's Diner and was attacked and had to defend herself. However, no one in their right mind would consider beating someone over the head with a wrench, tightening it around their throat, and stabbing them post-mortem to be self-defense. She then led officers on a wild goose chase where she was eventually apprehended and found to have the knife used to stab Ron Goodman. Additionally, Maggie Mays made no attempt to avoid the situation and instead went to Pop's Diner after she had already attempted to attack them and was run out of the place. Defense has brought forth no additional witnesses or evidence proving Maggie May's statements to be true, and in an interrogation, Maggie Mays even gave conflicting stories, originally stating that she had never been inside the diner and didn't witness any attack. On 4 occasions, Maggie Mays has committed the offense of a murder, attempted or otherwise, and did so intentfully, going there and planning it as she went. She did not stumble to Los Santos for no reason. She came here for a purpose, and that was to injure and kill others. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
All right. Thank you, prosecution. Defense, your closing statement.
All right, let's see what Clegg's got. You got it, Clegg.
The LSPD has failed to establish a concise timeline of the events that happened on the night of the 29th. They've repeatedly accused my client of actions they took. LSPD officers have used their power to wind up and antagonize people of this state, and this is not what the PD is employed for.
Mm-hmm.
There is reasonable doubt what happened that night on which Ron Goodman lost his life. But the evidence that he's brought before you isn't enough to lose another life and that life to be put behind bars forever. My client did not go into Pop's Diner to kill Ron Goodman. My client were to go back and relive it, her actions would change. Hope justice prevails. To the family of Ron Goodman, I hope you have found peace and closure from the tragic events that led up to his death. The system has failed Maggie Mays countless times, and I hope this isn't another time. Thank you, Your Honours.
Thank you, defense. All right. At this time, that will conclude the hearing part of our trial. Justice Hart and myself are going to go over all the evidence as well as testimony and everything we've heard today in court. We will not be giving a verdict right this moment. It will likely come, I say, tentatively 24 hours from now, either through the dock or we will call people back into the city if that works out one way or another. But because we have a substantial amount of evidence to go through, we will kind of be taking our time to go through all that.
Thank you, Your Honors.
All right.
Thank you, Your
Court's
Honor.
dismissed.
I got it.
Oh yes, and I guess, sorry, I do apologize. During this time, Miss Mays can be transported back to Bolingbrook. She will remain there until our verdict is given.
Alrighty, we've got the court case finished. Yay! Alrighty.
Any notes you want to say before?
I mean, I just.
I'm gonna need it. Sorry, go ahead.
Say, do we want to actually discuss this behind closed doors? Probably.
Yeah, I mean we can. I was more so I looked here. Let's go here.
Let's see.
I might go have a mental.
I am kind of like cooked beyond belief, which is why I'm just gonna like really take some time
You're good.
to take to digest everything, go over everything, and then kind of recoup it. Do you have any initial thoughts, I guess?
I can already tell you, like, from my initial thoughts. I'll be honest, no one actually. To me, it didn't really feel like anybody was actually. I guess, the charges. It felt like there wasn't too much of a push for serial attempts and killings, more so than just recounting what has happened already, until the closing statement. So.
Yeah, I could kind of understand what they were going. I understand what they were going for. I suppose it's just a question of whether or not that's enough, and whether or not it's substantial enough. Because I do kind of see where they're going at it.
Yeah.
If there is evidence that she has gone after people, seemingly meticulously gone after people, stab, and they're trying to argue that she stabs people is kind of their thing.
Oh yeah.
She's only really stabbed people.
Yeah, the stabbing. Yeah, I can see the stabbing. I mean, like, I have no doubt. Like, I mean, in my mind, yes, the killing of people has happened by her.
Yeah, the Ron Goodman thing has actually kind of been made a little bit more interesting to me through today. Her argument actually, I say, only raises the question of whether or not it was second-degree murder. However, I have to go over everything there because she's effectively, well, while she admitted on stand that she did stab him, it actually, there could have been an argument for second-degree murder. However, the extent to which that man was mangled actually is kind of the main reason I don't know that he is. Yeah, that's the only reason I could say it's not second degree. I'd have to go over the autopsy report, but based on what I was hearing and the question, what happened to that man when it was pretty extensive, the injuries he had.
Yeah, it depends. But we can, if you wanna, we can talk tomorrow after we've looked at everything.
Yeah, let's plan on that. Tomorrow afternoon-ish, whenever you're. I know it's gonna be a Monday.
My brain, or I should be available after.
From some work.
Yeah, after I think about some work.
Message me. Yeah, message me when you're ready, and we can go over it. But yeah, that's. Yeah. I do have to go back over. I realized they didn't talk too much about the Becca Thatcher report because she pled guilty to it, so they didn't really need to. So that was submitted into evidence. That's probably perhaps why they also didn't call Thatcher to the stand is that she pled guilty to that incident.
So would we not be taking that into account with serial attempts and killings then, or
We are taking that into account.
Okay.
Because that's it, it's in evidence because it's an incident that she pled guilty to.
Okay.
So she has already admitted to doing that attempted murder.
I just want to make sure we don't get double jeopardy in that case.
No, because serial attempts and killings isn't a situation where you get double jeopardy to it, because it's the culmination of a consistent pattern of behavior. So the pattern of behavior being that you've done it already before is not it's not double jeopardy, at least the way that the jurisdiction works on this. I do actually have some questions. I do want to see what the records are. There was mention of out of
the subpoena lines
jurisdiction. The subpoena lines are one thing I would have to go through, but the question of the killings outside of our jurisdiction, I'm going to probably reach out and see whether or not there is any record of those from other counties, and if we cannot, if there's no records of it, then we won't be able to go off of it. But
sounds from what the line of questioning was, I believe what she said was it was siblings, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, I think I think I noted specifically that she had previously killed other foster siblings. Is kind of what I thought. Again,
Same.
The only matter. It's a bit of a weird one because I kind of just want to find out whether or not that has much pertinence to it. I'm not totally sure, but I do want to find out whether or not we have those records, kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Kind of know what I mean, basically.
Yeah, I'll have to go and see. But yeah.
All right. Any other pointedly things or things that stood out to you during this? Just immediate things.
No, that was just my thing. Like I could definitely see it be obviously the attempted murders, the actual maybe a version of maybe first degree or second degree. Yeah, it's just questioning whether all of these culminated actually fit that definition of malice,
also
forethought, and the similarities.
Yeah, and it's also the type of precedent we want to set, I guess. There can also be we can discuss this even once we've decided, but there could theoretically be certain degrees of serial attempts and killings. By what we have, let's say, if we do rule in favor of serial attempts and killings, most of these situations are they're attempted murders. They're not really they're not as severe as they could have been. That could mean that while you are guilty of a pattern of behavior and stabbing people, that's perhaps life in prison isn't exactly the way to go. Maybe
it's almost we need a separation between attempts and killings.
Or the clarification as to whether or not, to be charged with something that you have to have killed somebody. It may or may not really matter in this situation, but it's just the food for thought that I have when going into this.
Yeah, we'll get it figured out. We should be good, I think.
All right. I'm gonna take.
You gonna sleep in here tonight?
Let me see if anybody needs anything from us before.
Mike went ahead and locked up for us. So,
locked up? Great.
Yeah.
Let me see if anybody needs anything from us that's not regarding this case. But otherwise, I'm going to head home and take a look over my notes and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to my house.
Oh no, everybody is gone.
Unless they're outside.
Lovely. Outside. Do I dare step foot outside?
I do. I have to. I have to go get my vehicle and.
I can sleep here.
Ah, there is.
I do not have a vehicle, so.
Some people down at the end, but
I should buy one. How much money do I have? Any suggestions? What's a good vehicle? I have 71K.
Depends what you're wanting. Sports car, motorcycle, SUV.
I mean, I don't really know that
you can get almost any of the types of vehicles with what you've got, so. I had an Asea for a really long time, and it's the cheapest and worst car that you can potentially purchased in the city, and I still own it to this day, but it drove pretty well. It got me to and from places.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
No.
Yeah, that's that, or I go back and sleep in my Justice chamber like I do normally.
Alright. Well, have a good evening, Chief Justice.
Alright, you too. We'll talk tomorrow.
Alright. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Alright, good night.
See if my car is still there. Time to see if my car is still here. Wow, it's still here and still intact. That is surprising. That is hella surprising. Alright, guys. Echo about to go to bed so I can go crawl in a hole and curl up and die. I'm honestly, Sprint, so here's the thing. Sprint was left uncuffed and I was fucking shocked with shit. Okay, who messaged me? Somebody's added me. Oh, okay. Now I see who's added me. I was like, who the heck has added me? But, I was honestly really shocked that Sprint didn't, actually try to go, like, be like, I'm gonna stab someone here, dog. Like on Maggie, like, definitely had the opportunity to do it. But, so the way I'm seeing it right now, we are figuring out if we want to make this precedent because of the severity of it. Yes, there was one murder, but it was a local murder technically. So we're like, the severity of this is not, we don't know if we want to set precedent for that severity. I am going to run over everything apparently today. So we're going to figure it out. In my mind, for a fact, we know that they were killed, that somebody was killed. We don't know if it's first or second, but somebody was definitely killed. Also, Hart, if you're still here. Yeah, this is Echo's house, guys. She owns that house. That What questions do you have, Kev? Yeah, if you guys have questions about the court case, definitely go ahead and ask me. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, no, it's definitely a matter of, yeah, guys, I'm about to walk in. I'm not walking into this house because it's bare. There's literally just a bed and a changing table in it. I'm just gonna walk around back, and we'll have Echo be back here. But no, you can't. I'm not. But yeah, there's some things I can see. I don't necessarily see serial attempts and killings, but maybe like serial assaults. I could definitely call it like serial assaults. I don't know if we even have a serial assaults charge, but I could definitely see something along those lines. It just depends. It really just depends. It's because it's a combination of cyanide, what we're figuring out. So, but yeah, that's that. I'm gonna go die of embarrassment. If you guys are new here, thank you for coming around. If you guys are from the server, please don't bring up please don't bring up me screaming fucking I'm gonna go die in a hole now. Yeah. But alright. I'm gonna end stream here now, guys, so have a good evening. Bye. Bye bye bye. 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 Bye 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 bye. Bye.